fathom what you're asking.
No, first of all, what he said very clearly was that there is freedom of press and they have the right to print things.
They have the right to be wrong.
They have the right to be wrong. But now, how do we assess if these institutions that don't even exist?
By looking at the facts.
Wait,
they don't exist. Nameless, they don't
no,
exist.
these institutions that make sure that you only get pure, actual, true knowledge don't exist. He has repeated that to you multiple times. First of all, in Europe, there's freedom of press. Second of all, they have their agenda. She mentioned Duginism and one way to the end. So I'm going to go straight to the point. I will spend time, I don't think you got it. How can we assess if these institutions that you're claiming exist are actually working? What would be the direct way to figure out is misinformation making it through?
You've lost him.
What metric would you use?
He's just going to keep repeating himself.
Are you okay?
He's just going to keep. Well,
It overflows. It's
Go take your vitamins, Grandpa.
What's wrong with me is talking to stupid people. That's the problem. It's my thing. That's true. Talking to stupid people is my thing.
It's
my thing.
Stupid. I think we're getting somewhere.
Very nasty
You're being
racist
far
on
too
this
generous.
stage. Very nasty racist.
Nobody cares. Nobody
Yes,
cares.
I know, it's racist. I know. Stupidity is racist now.
Let him just
Very
answer the
nasty.
question.
Good job being good.
Shut up. And
Stupidity.
Very
wait,
nasty.
let Andre answer the question. What would be the way to assess if these institutions even exist, let alone if they're working? How can we assess?
$10 says he doesn't understand the question.
It's very easy to assess if they exist. It's very easy to find which institutions in European countries are responsible for preventing the dissemination of information. That is quite easy. So we would have to look at. We would have to. Excuse me. Ask me a question again, and after every 3 words, you interrupt.
We're trying to get you to answer the question.
Part of the question. What is it?
You understand the question?
You guys can talk. I'm going on. You got.
Okay. It's nice hearing you. Did you understand the question?
I tried, MJ.
Did you understand the crying? Because this is the behavior of people who have things to hide.
Andre, that wasn't.
This is the behavior of people who lose their patience with stupidity. But you didn't understand the question. It was very simple. What's the metric for this?
I'm going to go to the audience. I'm just going to look at it.
It was nice talking to you.
There's a
I mean, that was
strong sense.
impossible.
There's a
Bye-bye.
strong sense that if you just browbeat people, that will make the American people agree with a war that's not in their interest. But it turns out that that's not how this works.
No, actually, what we proved was that if you repeat something over and over and people had no evidence for it, they fall for it. So you keep repeating more choice, and there was no point
More
in how
choice.
American people fall for it because you and your friends are really, really stupid and you
More
fall for your
choice.
stupid
It's
tactics.
slogan.
But
It's slogan.
had MJ been willing to use his rational brain, which probably exists if he was going to do it, he would have realized that
Very
the way
nasty
to assess, that's wonderful. The way to assess if these institutions are working is by seeing if misinformation is getting through. Since I repeated it 15 times and get absolutely no shred of evidence to prove that there's actually genocide, that's just a dumb point that is being fallen away from, that there is even misconduct, and his only evidence of misconduct was assuming these institutions are working. So that's like walking into a city that's flooding and claiming there's levees so it can't be flooded, but there's water underground. So when he's ready to walk down a rational argument and show me how this information that is completely untrue is disseminating, then he's going to have to admit that there are no institutions that are stopping inaccurate information. Inaccurate information is getting through, and then try to figure out.
We will see if the American people are browbeat into supporting a war that they don't support.
They don't have to support it. They don't have to support it. It's irrelevant.
She's the only one that's adult, including on the stage.
Yeah, I mean, the conversation was interesting because I think MJ had a strong trust for European institutions, and I understand why there would be kind of that impulse or perception, but I just think that maybe he was not familiar with some of the layers of European kind of geopolitical dynamics as well. Just because they're not in this war doesn't mean that they don't have major national interests in terms of who they support, why they would be less on the side of Israel in a war, and why they have cultural movements that are going more towards Russia. Like, I think we were getting somewhere, but with all due, he kind of ruined it.
you were at a level that I don't think he was ready for. I was just trying to say, how do you assess and try to go through straight logic, and this is the way you start the conversation. And the fact that you can repeat a slogan over and over and over and not have to realize that you have never even seen a shred of evidence for it is a good place to start and realize where you're being manipulated.
I want to give you a corollary, okay? Because this Palestinianism is just the new transgenderism, is just the new climate change. So, for example, the institutions of Europe somehow convinced themselves that adopting ridiculous regulations, as with the Paris Climate Accords, would somehow affect global warming or climate change or whatever they're calling it now. There was a mass kind of hysteria, and they were wrong. They were wrong. So there's your answer. And then the institutions of Europe believed that boys could become girls, and girls could become boys, and boys could get pregnant, and you could cut off kids' genitals. They believed that. And then it turned out that they were wrong. So in recent memory, there are many examples of mass delusion, mass disinformation, mass hysteria, the spread of a social hysteria or social mass media psychological infection, a sociological delusion. There are many, many examples of it. So, and Palestinianism, which is the not a belief that the Palestinians discern. Well, no. Well, yes, it's called a neologism, and it is say again. Well, no, all words are not necessarily made up. Yeah. No, this is called. It's a neologism. So Palestinianism is the advocacy of a state for a people who have demonstrated numerous times that they don't want a state.
Right, but it's the
real
word made
purpose
up by
of Palestine.
the Palestinians.
Hang on one second, Ralph. Hang on, you're interrupting, Ralph. Don't make me send you down. So, one of the symptoms of Palestinianism is the desire to destroy the Jewish nation. That is the stated goal both of the Palestinian Authority, which is one tiny governing body in Judea and Samaria, which Jordan called the West Bank, or the complete destruction of the Jewish people and the Jewish nation for the other body governing so-called Palestinians or the Arabs of Gaza. That's what Palestinianism is. That's what Palestinianism is. So what we're fighting is a form of mass hysteria called Palestinianism.
I think though, if we get a conversation, we're having a conversation about Europe and media dissemination in Europe, institutions in Europe, and we go directly to this is why Israel is so right here, it muddies the waters into what we're actually talking about, and it gets it away from what is good for America, and then it loses people very quickly, right? And so I think it's just important to hit the actual points head on versus going directly there.
Yeah,
and especially not getting emotional.
I agree. I'm also super surprised that there are still people today who think that these institutions are capable of keeping pure information or even trying to keep pure information from history. It's going all the way back to the Weimar Republic. The more you try to control this information, the less accurate information gets. So even though in America we have a bunch of stupidity floating around the ether, because we have such a free press, true information does get through. And but the fact that you think that Europe would be pure because of more restriction, it's just mind-boggling. I didn't think I would still be having this conversation today.
I mean, I think it's seen as an objective in between intellectual place, right? Like they're not really on the stage in the same way anymore, but they are known for their intelligence, and maybe they could provide an objective whatever. But I think without, proximity to the undercurrents of European culture and kind of their national interests, it's, without that, it's hard to see kind of what's going on underneath.
Why do you think most Americans are against this?
With Iran or with?
I mean, according to some polls, nobody likes war.
Are there polls where most Americans are for?
Nobody likes war. Polls are not accurate. The idea that we're going to, I heard you. The idea that we're going to make military decisions based on polls is ludicrous. It's ludicrous. We don't make military decisions based on polls,
Pete, would you like to-
especially based on uninformed people who don't care about these matters. And by the way, we're being led down the primrose path with somebody, excuse me, we're being led down the primrose path by somebody who made up of an imaginary. Aren't there institutions in place to make sure that the information is, it's a nonsensical question. What we should be looking at is facts, not whether some hypothetical that we spend an hour discussing some person's hypothetical who doesn't care about the answer.
So let's look at the facts. Let's
Why don't we let
let's-
Pete respond? Why don't we let Pete?
Sure, we can look at facts.
I think the economy is very uncertain. I think inflation is high. I think access to housing, having a stake in the economy right now, the sentiment for that is that it's not possible. And then we see people, we see a war that is more abstract, and not many people see it as an immediate threat. And people say, well, why in this moment, in this time, would we add this on to the list of issues that we already have? I also think that there is a lot of PTSD from the Afghanistan and Iraq wars, and people see those as useless wars. And so those sentiments all combined tends to make people lean toward more of a isolationist path. I think there's also kind of distrust in, he's not, but I'll just finish, distrust and confusion about whether the United States is an exceptional country or a bad country.
Well, P, what people would love to forget is that the abundance that we enjoy in America, the dominance that we enjoy, the cheap fuel that we enjoy, the incredible prosperity that we enjoy, is dependent on the United States being the defender of the rules-based order. The rules-based order includes a freedom of information, the internet, which we defend, not in the clouds and cables under the water. Freedom of trade, which we defend. This is why we're defending, for example, the waterways. We don't have a particular stake in the Strait of Hormuz, but we're defending it because of the principle of freedom of the waterways. It's also democracy versus totalitarianism. There is not one single democratic Muslim state. We are here to defend democracy. So our Muslim allies are lining up with us because they realize that the United States is their biggest customer, and the United States and Israel are their biggest defenders. And this is why all of the GCC, Khaliji, or Gulf nations have now aligned themselves with Israel and the United States, with the possible exception of Qatar when it comes to Israel, and have recognized the Islamic Revolutionary Genocide Corps of Iran as their enemy. It's really, really, really black and white. It's really, really simple. It's not
Well, I mean, I think it is more complicated. Despite what I believe or you believe, I think it's hard for everyone to get out of their kind of emotional sphere and actually just have a conversation. And I think, again, it's not about, the question wasn't, Paige, what do you think about this war? It was, why do you think Americans are against this war? And so, in order to be convincing, but one second, like in order for us to come together as Americans and have a conversation about it, we've got to take the emotion out of it and actually, hear the other perspective and meet someone somewhere. And I think, just yelling at people is not going to.
Democrats, leftists, they don't engage fairly. They don't engage
MJ was
honestly.
engaging fairly.
No,
You didn't like his point.
He made up.
No,
he didn't really have a point.
He wasn't responding to
He didn't have a point.
He made, and he was trying to use evidence that A wasn't there, and second of all, not evidence of the thing. And when I tried to walk him down that path, he kept going around in a circle. So I don't think he was being deceptive as intentionally lying.
I've spoken with him many times. He's a Jew hater and an Israel hater, Pete.
I don't care about that. He wasn't being honest.
I do.
In following the path of the conversation.
Then why do you share stages with other known Jew haters and shit like?
Hold on a
decisions.
second. Hold on. I fully and thoroughly reject the idea or notion that I have any problems with Jewish people.
You're a Jew hater,
I
sir.
grew up
Okay.
I grew up in an area.
Yeah, that doesn't mean anything.
Strong Jewish community.
Doesn't
My
mean
next door
anything.
neighbor.
Right.
I think it's one
The
elected
closest
outrage.
childhood friends
Meaningless.
I've ever had was of Jewish ancestry.
Nobody
I
cares.
attended more than 10 bar mitzvahs in my life.
Yeah,
Attended
nobody cares.
synagogue.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
that
gonna
doesn't make you
ask
not
everyone
Jewish.
to
Never had an issue
everybody
with the Jewish community.
stop.
That doesn't
Right.
make it
The
mean.
state of
Everyone-
Israel is not the Jewish community. The state
Yes,
of
Israel is the Jewish
is not
community.
the state of
You
Israel.
don't speak for us, sir.
The state of
You
Israel
don't speak for
is
us,
Just
a
sir.
anyway.
sovereign
Everybody
You
stop.
don't
state
speak for
How do I
us,
do
sir.
this?
It is not a reflection
How do I mute? I can't mute everyone.
No,
Okay,
no.
so hold on.
of
Everyone, no,
Judaism
everyone, hold on.
Enough.
or
Yeah.
Enough.
No, Norm.
Nobody's
Okay,
asking
thank
you
you.
to speak
I
for
reject
Israel or
that.
Jews.
Okay,
You
I'm
have
just
no,
going
nobody
to.
cares. You're
Norm, just
irrelevant
give
to
me
this
3 seconds.
conversation.
Give me 3 seconds.
Go ahead.
I'm going to step
Go
up.
ahead.
It got too crazy. I don't like hurling accusations like that around. Nice chatting with all of you, and I hope
Thank
you,
I
Pete.
hope it gets better. Okay.
You see what you did, Norman?
the idea that someone who has a problem with the way a state apparatus is conducting their
Sure,
foreign
you can do
policy
that. Many people
and their
do that.
domestic policy is a
Sure, many people do that. Do you accept the existence of a Jewish
is a
nation?
reflection of
Do you accept the existence
ethnic
of a
bias
Jewish
that someone
nation?
would have.
Do you accept? Listen. We're not here for your
Absolutely
soapbox.
ridiculous.
Do you accept the existence of a Jewish nation? MJ, they're not very good.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me hear you say it out of your mouth. No, I want to hear you say it. You accept
I
Israel as the
accept
homeland of the yeah.
Existence of
Not the
any
existence,
nation
no.
state.
No, the legitimacy of Israel as a Jewish
accept
homeland.
The legitimacy
Yes.
of the existence of
Yes.
any
Oh, not of
nation
Israel,
state.
though. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I made my point.
Nation have
Ladies,
decided
okay, I made
to
my
be
point. I get it. You don't
sovereign.
accept Israel. Any nation, but not
I
Israel.
do not
got you.
believe the
It's
state
fine.
of Israel should not exist. I believe
sorry?
the state of
Wait,
Israel
no, that
is
wasn't the
functioning
question,
improperly.
That wasn't the
Okay, so
And that-
That wasn't the
State of
question.
Israel, that is my problem.
That
with
wasn't
state
the
of Israel.
question,
It has
MJ.
nothing-
If you don't understand the
Jewish
question,
people,
just let me know.
Judaism, or the
That
ethnic
wasn't
group
the
of
accept.
Jewish.
That wasn't the question, though, MJ. The question was, do you accept the legitimacy of Israel as the homeland of the Jewish people? And the answer is no, which makes you an anti-Semite. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Hold on, sir. You can't answer for
Yes.
me.
Yeah, I just
I
did.
think.
Is it yes or no?
I think that
Yes
the
or
current
no?
state.
No, MJ.
Sir,
MJ.
I'm answering your
MJ.
questions,
No,
sir.
you're not.
Oh, you
No,
don't
you're
want me
not. Okay.
You want to
The
keep
answer is yes or no.
because you're a racist white man.
Yes, I'm racist. The answer is yes or no. I'm racist because I don't want to let
No,
you hate the
you're
Jewish
racist
people.
because you can't allow a black man
Because
to speak his opinion on your stage.
Is the answer yes? You
Well,
are
you
on my
wanna
stage and
speak-
you are speaking. Is
That's
it yes
your
or no?
racism
A
speak-
black man.
poking
You
out.
don't accept a black man speak. Yo,
Oh, what is that? What was
Jew
that right
hate.
there,
You
Norm?
cannot cover your Jew hate,
Was that more
sir.
racism?
You. No. That was
Did
your
I give a
Jew
Jewish
hate, sir.
accent, Norm? Did I
That was
do
your
that to
Jew
you,
hate,
Norm?
sir. That was your Jew hate,
Your
sir.
racism is
So I'll
showing,
ask you
sir.
again. I'll ask you again.
And
no,
it always
your Jew
shows.
hate is showing.
That's what you
Your
are.
Jew hate is showing.
That's
Your
what
Jew
you
hate is
are.
showing, sir. I'm exposing
With that
you.
little black talk
I'm
that you did.
exposing you. It's
That
all
little
yes,
job.
I know. So you don't
Thought it was
accept the
real funny.
existence of the
I'm sure you
Jewish
do it
state.
around your
How
white
many
man.
bar mitzvahs did you go to today, MJ?
White man.
How many
You
bar
always- you
mitzvahs
do it
did
all.
you go to today, MJ?
Don't.
How many bar mitzvahs today, MJ?
You're racist.
I asked you a simple question.
You're a racist.
Did you not understand the question,
You're a
MJ?
racist white man.
Did you not understand the question, MJ? You Jew hater? MJ? If you
Real
didn't understand
Jews
it, I'll
aren't
explain it
racist
to
to
you.
you. I don't even
Which
believe
part
that
of the
you're
question did you not understand? I know you want to change the topic, don't you?
I don't think
Because
you're
I exposed
Jewish.
you
I think you're
as
just a white
Jew
man.
hater that you are. I made it really easy for you. Should I make it even easier? Should I make it easier, MJ? Do you accept the legitimacy of Israel as the homeland of the Jewish people, yes or no?
I believe that the
No.
current state of Israel and the land
No,
that
I
it
didn't ask you
encompasses
that. I'm not asking
is,
you for a speech. I'm not asking you for a
Sir,
speech.
I'm answering
I'm not
your
asking you
question.
for a speech.
Don't
This
speak
is
for a
not
black
speaking
man even though
time.
you're racist.
I'm not
Go on
asking
mute
you
when
for
you
a
ask the black
speech.
man a question.
The black
so we can
man, the
answer
black
with
man,
his
the
mind.
black man, the black man. The black
Do the
the black man is not a
talk you
part
were
of
doing
the
5 minutes
question,
ago,
though.
sir.
The black man is not part
Show
of the
your
question, though, is it?
racism again.
I'm not asking you for a speech, MJ. What's the answer to my? Do you accept as the homeland of the Jewish people?
Israel is a homeland to Jewish people, Muslim people, and all kinds of
No,
people.
well, that's not
that are
the
indigenous
answer,
to
is
that
it?
area.
That's not the answer, is it?
Yes,
though?
it is. The answer to the
That's
question
not
is
the
yes. In
answer.
addition to the
No,
Muslims
okay,
and
easy for you.
other
It's a yes
people
or
that
no.
are indigenous
It's a
to
yes
that
or
area,
no,
it is
MJ. It's a yes or
it is
no,
their homeland
MJ.
as well.
Did you not understand the question?
I said
MJ?
yes. I
Say
said
it again, I
yes.
want to hear it again. Yes, okay,
I
let's
said
start
yes,
with
in
that.
addition
Good.
to
Now,
Muslims and other
hang
people
on,
that are
hang on,
currently
MJ.
being
Hang on, MJ. Wait a second, MJ. I'm not
suffering from
asking for a
apartheid
speech.
in the
I'm
current
not
Israeli
asking
state.
for a speech, MJ. I'm not asking for you Jew hate to come out all at once. I want it to
No,
come
I
out a
love
little bit at a
Jews.
time.
I just don't
You
like
don't, no, I don't think you do,
hypocrite-
MJ. I don't think you do love
hypocrite,
Jews,
racist
MJ.
white men
And
like
I'm going
you,
to
sir.
tell you why.
You're no
Because you
different
don't
than
think the Jewish people deserve to have sovereignty in our homeland. So let me try you. Maybe I'm wrong. MJ, do you think the Jewish people deserve sovereignty in our homeland, Israel?
I believe that all indigenous people
Yes
in
or
that
no,
area deserve
MJ?
sovereignty.
Yes or no, MJ? Yes or no?
I believe that all people that are indigenous to that land deserve sovereignty, including the
Yes
Jewish
or
people.
so wait a second. So you don't believe that the Jewish people deserve sovereignty in our homeland?
I say
Or
I
you
believe
do?
all people in that area
So you
deserve
can't answer the
sovereignty,
question? I don't know what is
including
all
the
people,
Jewish
MJ.
ones.
Yeah,
Sir,
MJ, why are you avoiding the question?
I
Is it
said
too hard
yes
for
to your
you?
question. I answered
No,
it thoroughly. You have
no,
a
you
problem
didn't.
with the
Well,
way
you
that
said
I
all
answered,
people.
and
You
now
believe,
you're
is that like
talking
all
about
lives
people.
matter, MJ? Was that one of your all lives matter type answers? Is that what you're trying to say? MJ?
No, all lives matter.
Or do you
is a
accept
racist
the
thing.
sovereignty? It's not all lives matter? Okay, so I'll try it again. Do you believe that the Jewish people deserve to have sovereignty in our homeland, the state of Israel, the eternal capital of which is Jerusalem? Do we deserve that sovereignty? Yes or no?
I don't believe that that area is only indigenous to Jewish people.
Nobody asked you that question. What about my question?
So
Did you not
that
understand
means
it?
that area is not only the homeland to Jewish
No,
people.
it doesn't mean that. Did you not understand my question?
I heard what you
Did you-
said and I answered you, sir. That land
No, you
is not
didn't, though.
only
It
the
was a
homeland
yes
to
or a
Jewish
no.
people.
So I'll
That
ask
land
you
is a
again.
homeland to certain
I'm
Muslim
happy to
people
ask you
and
again.
certain Christian
I'm
people
happy
as
to
well.
ask you again.
No, I mean, you would have been a hell of a
understand the
prosecutor,
question.
man. You know that?
No, he's terrible at it.
He's great at it.
That land is the homeland to Muslim people and Christian people.
That
and
wasn't the
Jewish people.
question, though, MJ.
That
they're,
is-
they're there.
And so all of those
That
people
wasn't
should
the
be sovereign
question,
in
though,
that land,
MJ.
sir.
So MJ, did you not
That's my
understand the
answer.
question? So you didn't understand the question.
That land is the
Yes.
homeland to Jewish people,
That wasn't the
Muslim
question,
people,
MJ.
and Christian
MJ,
people.
that wasn't the question, MJ, and you know it
And they all
wasn't the
deserve
question.
the same
So you're
right.
running away from the question, MJ. So you do not accept
Take my
Jewish
answer.
sovereignty in our homeland. Do you think
You're not
do
the
you-
only
do you
people
believe-
that land is homeland to. Sorry.
Nobody asked you that question.
Those people deserve
Nobody
the
asked you
same
that
right
question.
that you do.
Nobody asked you that question,
Well, I'm
MJ.
answering,
And the
sir.
reason why you're answering the question that nobody asked you is because you hate Jews.
I have no
MJ.
problem
and
with
we
Jews.
know it, and you
I
know
just
it.
believe that
No, it's
other
not like
people
you have a
deserve the same
problem
right.
with them. You don't have a problem
Other
with
people
Jews because
deserve
you don't
the same
cause
right
you
that Jewish
problems,
people
MJ.
do. Just
What
like
you
here
do
in
not
America.
accept is the sovereignty
I don't
of
believe
Jewish
that
people
Christians
in our
deserve more
homeland.
rights
I
in
get it.
America than
I
anyone
get
else.
it. I get it.
I don't believe
MJ.
Jews and
You're
the
gonna
people in
have to
Israel
own
deserve
it,
more
MJ.
rights than
That's
anyone
totally
else.
fine. MJ, you understood the question. You refused to answer it. That's fine. But I'm just exposing it, that's all. Either we have sovereignty in our homeland or we don't. You don't accept it. That's anti-Semitic. You're holding
Incorrect,
us to a
sir.
different standard.
I
No, that is
believe you
correct.
deserve the right
No,
in
that
your
is correct.
homeland, but I
Yes.
believe the others deserve the right in that same homeland as well.
So in other words, we
just
don't
as
deserve
indigenous as you.
sovereignty. Well, why would other people deserve sovereignty in our homeland?
Because they're
What if
just
this
as
is not-
indigenous to that land as you are.
That's not the criterion, is it? Because they got
If
22
it's a
nations and
homeland,
all
that
of the
means it has
oil.
to do with indigenous.
Because they tried to kill us. This is why Nazis, for example, were not allowed to have sovereignty, MJ. This is why the Confederacy, MJ, was not allowed to have sovereignty. Are you starting to get my drift, MJ? You know why the Confederacy, even though they were indigenous, didn't get sovereignty in the South? Because they were Nazis, MJ. Because they wanted to enslave black folks. Is this starting to ring true for you a little bit? Are you starting to get the picture, MJ?
The Confederacy,
You can't
the
just say this.
Confederacy is
Oh,
not a
all
religion,
lives
sir.
matter, MJ.
The Confederacy
All
is
lives
not a
matter.
religion, sir.
All lives matter. What does
Islam is
religion
a
have to do with
religion,
it?
so is
What is
Christianity, sir.
Judaism is
There's a
not a
huge
religion,
difference.
MJ. Judaism is not a religion. Judaism is an identity and a nationality and a tribe and a people. with a law and a land and a calendar and a cuisine and a founding document. Okay? And yes, the Jews have sovereignty in Israel. It's a tiny country, and Arabs and Muslims and Christians have sovereignty in many nations in the world. They have the same rights in Israel. I don't know. They don't have the same rights in other countries.
Jewish people in Israel, sir.
They have the same rights as Jewish people in Israel. Yes, they do.
They don't have the right to return.
They're not in Israel.
I thought they had the same rights.
If they're not
I thought you said they had the same rights.
Yes, they have the same rights. What do you mean return?
They don't have the right to return, sir.
How can they return if they're already there? How can they return if they're there? If you don't make sense. It's stupid what you just said. If they're there, they have the same rights. If they're not there, how could they have the same rights?
If they're not there in Israel,
yeah.
Jewish people have the right to return.
Yeah, Jewish people outside of Israel
not have the right to return.
That's not right within Israel.
That's
right
the same
outside
right.
of
That's all I
Israel.
said.
That's
They don't have the same
no.
right.
In
I believe they
Israel.
have the same right.
In Israel. The same rights in Israel.
Yes, because there are indigenous people to that land that are Muslims, sir.
What it say? Nobody says that they're not. They're there. They
And
have
so
the
those
same
Muslim
rights.
people should have the right to return, sir.
They're
Because
outside of
indigenous.
Israel.
And they're
They're
just as
outside of
indigenous
Israel.
as Jews.
Wait
in that
a second. Wait. Foreign policy is up to the country. You don't give rights to people outside of your country. Mexicans don't have the right to return to America. Right? Mexicans don't have the right to return to
The state of
Spain.
Israel has granted rights to people based on their religion, sir.
No, based on their identity as Jews, not religion. Now, Islam does distinguish between Muslims and non-Muslims. There are separate roads in Saudi Arabia, for example, in Mecca in particular, for Muslims and non-Muslims. So they do practice apartheid. And they did ethnically cleanse the Jews from their land. There were plenty of Jews and Christians in all the Muslim lands. They've been ethnically cleansed. Yes. They've been the victims of
Muslims don't have the same rights
Absolutely.
as Jewish people in Israel, sir.
I beg your pardon, what right don't they have?
The right to return.
Well, how can you return if you're already there in Israel? Explain.
It's fine, I'm glitching. I feel like you guys are both repeating yourselves.
Well, I want to understand if MJ can explain to me how somebody in Israel would need to return. Explain that, MJ. How would you return if you're there?
If you're an
Respectfully,
indigenous
I actually agree.
person to that area,
You mean if you're
and
outside
you're
of
Muslim,
Israel?
you can have the same right to
Have
return
kind
as
of a
an
home.
indigenous person.
But they're not in Israel.
Jewish faith to that area, sir.
But they're not in
The
Israel.
fact that that's not the
That's
case
your
shows a
opinion.
religious discrimination.
No, sir. There's no
By the state of
religious
Israel.
discrimination in Israel. Israel is a homeland for the Jews. And the people who live there have equal rights. People outside of Israel are not governed by Israel, sir. Get it?
Your nation state is
Equal
showing
rights in
religious
Israel.
bias, sir.
There's no religious bias, sir.
Absolutely.
Israel is the homeland for the Jews. For example, you have the right to Senegal. I do not. French people have
What?
the right to return to France.
What?
Yes, there are 7 African countries that will accept African Americans home.
So hold
I can't
on.
do
Are
it.
you saying that
I-
only Jewish people are indigenous to that land?
Never said it. You said it.
Okay, so those Muslims that are indigenous to that land don't have the right to return.
Well, where are they? Where are
They
these
don't have the
Muslims
right to
that are-
return. It doesn't matter
Who?
where they are.
Who?
They
Well,
don't have the right
you
to
don't, so
return.
you don't know.
Round
so
three of the same
so you're-
points.
Yeah. So you're not claiming
I'm
that
through
people
with
in
this
Israel.
guy. Shout out to my
So-
cousin Vinny.
So
You
you're
prove
not
it
claiming.
through
so
your
you're not-
own words that
Right, you're
showing
disrupting.
racial
Shut up,
bias
okay.
in its
Vinny?
law. I mean, religious bias in its own law.
Did you
What do you mean by religious bias, sir? Israel is the homeland of the Jewish people. The other people who are there, who are not Jews, have equal rights, as you
No,
just shown.
Kevin, I just hit you on the back channel. He's gone, Norm. He's gone.
I see. I'm in fear of hummus, Joe, in the chat, and I'm not delusional, Leanne, in the chat.
Norm, I do have one question for you because
Okay, one question
Dis-
time.
despite our disagreements
About what?
about a whole host of things,
Well,
including
about what?
some of the details of Israel. I mean, I'm also coming at this from like a
I don't know what
Zion-
details.
Zion-
You're being very
I'm-
very
I know.
vague.
I'm being
But
a little bit vague.
don't characterize my position, please.
I'm not characterizing your
Characterize yours.
position.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you so you said you disagreed
I was
on
just
what?
my point. What I was trying to explain was I also believe in like a Jewish state that is sovereign. Like I'm like a Zionist in this regard. I'm
Yeah.
just wondering where you draw the borders? Like sovereignty is obviously very heavily about borders. To you, what are the borders?
The borders are now what they have always been. The borders are wherever Israel draws them. Well, I'm not even sure I understand your question. So we have a border with Gaza, we have a border with Egypt, we have a border with Lebanon, we have a border with Jordan. What's your question?
So I was just saying if like, you know,
You have a border with Syria.
what are your thoughts on like the settlement expansions? Are you like for this or against this?
Well, so you're a little bit familiar with whatever laws or treaties govern. Are you talking about Judea and Samaria?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
so
like a
give me-
little bit familiar with like area like ABC. Like I'm a little bit familiar with that.
So what are you asking about? Area A, B,
I'm
or
asking
C?
if you think
So are you
is
asking about area
acceptable.
A, B? Are you asking about area A, B, or C?
You know,
I'm
why don't you
asking-
just let her finish his question?
Well, he's very vague. He already asked the question and you landed.
I'm not.
And then I'm trying to make it more specific.
Yeah, I'll be more specific. I'm not. I mean,
Good.
I would have to consult a map and see which
Okay,
area, but I
you
would
can
say
do that.
broadly the settlements that would be considered deeper into the like West Bank territory,
Very
deeper.
vague. A, B, or C?
Whichever is the farthest away from
So you
Israel's
don't know.
borders. Yeah, no,
We share a border with the entire thing of Judea and Samaria. The whole, it's historical Israel. What is your question? So maybe you didn't know this. This area was controlled, it was captured by Jordan illegally in 1948 and occupied by Jordan. Did you know that, Kevin?
yes.
Okay. So at that time, whose territory was it when Jordan captured it?
In the 40s.
48.
In
No,
48.
1948.
In 48.
Yeah.
I'm actually not sure whose
Okay.
it was. Was it because I know for a while it was under British mandate, and then before that it was controlled by the Ottomans.
Ottoman Empire. So there's no mention of the word Palestinian in any of those scenarios, is there?
Yeah. Well, I'm just wondering. So, like, is your position that Israel could have
Is there?
sovereignty over? No.
Wait.
no.
Wait. Is there any mention of something called Palestinian or Palestine in those two scenarios you mentioned, the Ottoman Empire and the British Mandate? Is there ever a word called Palestinian?
I'm not really interested in the in like
Not what you're interested in.
in
is
that
there?
in that particular section.
Well,
I was just asking you about.
Kevin, before you change the topic, we're trying to build a fund of knowledge here. So if there is no mention of Palestinian, which is my contention, then when does it become Palestinian? Kevin.
I'm wondering why you're shying away from the question I just asked you, which is how you feel about the settlements.
I'm not. I'm trying to build to it because you don't know where you don't know where you're talking about. I'm trying to teach you about where you're talking about. You can imagine this map in your mind. Okay. Now, if you want to mention a settlement, mention a settlement, and we'll discuss it if it's legitimate or not. Go ahead. Mention a settlement.
So you would
If you
agree
don't
that
know of
some
one,
you would agree that some are illegitimate then, or do you agree
I'm
that?
going to have to ask you what you're talking about, and I suspect you have.
Wait,
no
wait,
idea
wait.
what
I
you're
feel like
talking
this should actually be like a fairly straightforward question. Do you believe that any of
Okay.
the settlements are illegitimate?
about. Give me an example.
I feel
I
like
love hearing Kevin's voice.
I feel like I shouldn't need to give an example for a question that's that easy to
Okay.
answer.
If you don't know, then if you don't know what you're talking about, I clearly don't know what you're talking about.
My understanding is that you
Yes.
have the main settlements that are
Okay.
like very large and well established that
Okay.
tend to be closer to Israel's broadly recognized borders, and then
Okay.
you have
I don't know what you
these
mean by
smaller-
broadly recognized borders. Judea and Samaria have never been a thing called quote unquote Palestine. There are Arabs living there. They were offered to make a state. They chose not to make a state. There was then a series of wars against terrorism that was coming from there. What's that, Anne?
Yeah, I said that's a fact. I don't remember reading in the Bible any land being called Palestine.
Well, there is none. So again, around the 60s or so, in conjunction with the Soviet Union, some Arabs thought that if they formed a state, they would be able to demolish the state of Israel.
It sounds like
But
your answer is
as-
there aren't any illegitimate settlements.
Well, it doesn't sound like that. You haven't given me an example of an illegitimate settlement. So I can't make a judgment based on something that you don't know what you're
I mean,
talking about.
you're clearly the expert on this topic. You clearly know.
I'm
all
not
of
an
them.
expert.
What?
I'm not an expert.
I'm just saying, like you're.
What?
He's
I mean, you're
gone,
that-
What?
Seems like a pretty straightforward question. Of do you
Sure,
believe?
it's straightforward. Do you know what you're talking about? And if not, let's try to find out what you're talking about. That's a straightforward question. In your mind, is there some idea that something is illegal, Kevin? If so, what is it? Like, let's say you say, is murder illegal? Yes, murder is illegal.
Yeah. So I would. I'm less so talking about legality, and I
Okay,
think
good.
the concern that a lot of people have expressed
Yeah.
in regards to the settlements is that
Yeah.
they
Which
potentially,
settlement?
once again, I do not know the names of them.
Okay,
But I
why
would
don't you
say
go
that-
find out? Or where are they? Go find out. If you really care about this, go and inform yourself.
No.
Okay.
I don't.
Why, that would be asking too much?
It's all, no, it's about what he feels about it.
Not what I, not
okay,
what
you
I
have
have, not what
feelings.
I, not, I mean, it would take me
It's
2
not-
seconds to find,
Okay, good.
I'm going on a,
Okay, I'll
I'm
wait
just
for you here.
walking outside right now.
I will wait for you. Well, you can use your
um,
phone while you're walking.
Yeah, well,
You
I still don't
probably too
understand,
dumb.
I still don't understand why you can't answer the question.
Well,
Like-
because I don't know what you're talking about.
What do you mean you don't know what I'm talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about. What settlement is illegal?
You're aware that I didn't even say the word, like, so it sounds like
didn't
your
say-
position is that none of them are.
No,
I mean,
it doesn't
that's-
sound like that, no.
Well,
What it sounds like is I'm
so wait,
asking
so
you
some
what
of
you're
them are,
talking
so some
about.
of them are?
Okay, so according
Well,
to
some
the
of what are?
States-
Some of what are
according to the
what?
United States,
What's
according
illegal?
to the United Nations, it says that there's 700,000 Israelis that are living illegally and illegally.
Right.
Agree
Right.
with
I
that?
disagree with that.
Done what?
You
Exactly.
agree with that? Okay.
I disagree with the United Nations defining what is legal or illegal
Exactly, they don't-
for Israel or the United States or any other country.
Okay.
And I guess they're talking about a general resolution.
I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
That's fine.
No,
I agree
but
with you.
name one thing that the United Nations has done.
Oh, I would say that the United Nations is a dumpster fire, but I'm trying to help.
Okay, well, let's not quote dumpster fires then.
Again, he's talking about these settlements. Again.
He's not really talking about these settlements. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So Palestinians build settlements, Israel builds settlements. Are they legal or not? Give me an example and we can discuss it.
There
Now-
isn't a legal settlement. There's not.
Okay, well, that
No.
sounds like it's Norm's position, but for some reason he
No,
doesn't.
No, it doesn't sound like my position, that's Ann's position. Ann is a
Well, no, I'm
good
just,
person.
but then why don't you just, it was a very simple question of do you believe that any of the settlements are illegitimate or illegal?
They're all-
Example,
Wait, why do I
There's
have to, why does that require an example?
because I don't know what you're talking about, neither do you.
You
We're
do know
going
what
in
I'm talking
circles
about.
now. I do not know what
You're
you're
clearly
talking
being
about.
like evasive here.
I'm not being evasive. I'd like to know what you're talking about. You said it would take you 2 seconds.
I don't understand why you can't answer the question. Like
I
truly,
guess you don't understand. I need
Like, why are you
clarification of your
unable to-
of your question. Which settlement is not
But I'm not,
Go.
I'm not asking that.
Oh.
I'm just asking
Oh,
a
what are
very
you
general
asking?
question. Like I'm gonna repeat
I
myself.
have to know
for the
what
fourth time.
settlement. Okay, I have to know which one you're talking
But you
about.
don't, in order to answer my question, you literally don't
Yeah.
need to know that. Because I'm asking
I-
you out
I
of
do.
any of them. I'm
I
asking you
do.
out of
Oh,
any of them.
I
If any
can't
of
speak
them
for,
are illegal.
I can't speak for all of them. Then
So you
neither
think that
can
some
you.
of them might be? You think some of
I
them
don't,
might be illegal?
you'd have to tell me which one. And it sounds like you don't know. And that's fine.
You're not going to get.
So you're
Kevin,
accepting information on a
Kevin,
subject that you know
you're
very
not-
little about. Huh?
Kevin, you're not going to get a straight answer out of him. There's
Why?
just no way. it's
No,
gonna
he's
happen.
just not
Well,
gonna
be
get pushed
specific.
back.
What
No,
settlement
he's
is
trying to put
illegal?
him and back him into a corner, and Norm wants to address.
I'm not trying to back him into a corner. I'm just asking
like,
him a
just
very
give me
trying
an
to
example
find
of when he's
respect.
gonna
Well,
address
Kevin,
it.
well, are you willing to
Kevin, you're
inform
trying
yourself
to-
so that you can ask a very
You're
straightforward
trying to win
question?
it, Kevin. You're trying to win an argument. I'm trying to play somewhat of a moderator here, Kevin. You're trying to win an argument, but you're not coming with facts.
I'm not even trying to win an
Okay.
argument. I'm just trying to
Okay,
ask him a
good.
question about his own position. I'm just
Correct.
trying to ask
But
him
that's
to
right.
clarify
But
his
your
own
question-
position.
The
I
answer
think
to your question
again, like
is based on the fact.
The reason I brought up names of settlements was like, I was like, okay, I could Google search this shit really
What
quick.
settlement?
Like that's what I'm saying. Is like I don't fucking know. Like again, I'm trying to Google.
Okay, and neither does Kevin, and neither do people who say, "Oh, it's illegal settlement, it's illegal settlement." And
Well,
and,
okay,
yeah,
but Norm,
Yeah,
we're not
yeah.
talking about people. We're talking about Kevin. So don't say people.
well, he's echoing or parroting other people. Who
All right,
say other
right.
silly
But
things.
Anne has her opinion. You have your opinion. I have my opinion, and Kevin has his position. So Kevin is not people. We're not people.
Kevin doesn't have a position because he doesn't know. He's
All-
just asking a question
Yeah,
that
I'm
is
just asking,
uninformed.
I'm just
you-
asking him a question about your
Right.
position.
Okay, and are you willing to learn more so this can make more sense in your questions, Kevin, or not?
I don't understand what information is missing
No,
from
I
the
asked you a different
question.
question. And by the way, don't ask me to answer your
I'm not
question.
gonna give you- you have to-
Because I'm not asking you about a specific settlement, I'm asking you just generally,
Yeah.
if any of them are. It sounds like the position is no, but for some reason you don't want to say
No,
it.
it doesn't sound like that. It sounds
So
like.
your position is
I'm
yes, so some of
telling
them,
you.
some of them are, or some of them aren't. I don't, this is like a yes or no question about
Okay,
your own position.
the
I don't-
answer to your question is, you will have to tell me which settlement you think is illegal.
But
and
I'm
we
not
can
making a
discuss it.
claim that any of them are illegal, I'm not making
Okay,
that
great.
claim.
Okay, so
Let
you're
me-
not making that claim and I'm not making that claim. So
Let me-
come back when you have enough facts to make a claim.
Why are you this is so evasive, I think anybody.
It's not evasive, it's dead
absolutely
on.
evasive.
If you want to discuss the settlement, I'll discuss it with you, okay?
Let
And we can discuss if it's legal or not.
Norm, can you think of any settlements in Israel?
Yes, I've been to,
Sorry, you cut out. You've been to what?
I said I've been to some of them.
You've been to some of them. Could you
Yeah.
name one or two of them off the top of your
I
head?
just did, Efrat and Tekoa.
Okay. You cut out, so I apologize. You cut out.
No
sorry.
worries.
Yeah, you cut out. Can you think of any legitimate settlements in Israel?
I just named them. They're not, I mean, I don't know what you mean by legitimate. They're communities of Jews. Jews have every right to live there that everybody else does.
Can you
I
think
don't
of
believe in ethnic cleansing of Jews.
Cool. So the ones that you named, you would say that those are what you would call legitimate settlements, correct?
No, they're just communities of Jews. They're not even legitimate settlements or not. They're just communities of Jews living in Judea and Samaria, their historic homeland.
Fine, that's fair.
Okay, can I ask?
I tend to agree. I would tend to agree with you that sure. I would. Okay, but can you think of any illegitimate settlements?
I've never heard of such a thing. What's an illegitimate settlement?
Exactly. So that's
Okay.
Kevin, this is the point.
Okay, but I don't think Kevin has either.
Yeah, I mean, I think that. Well, I would probably. It seems like your position would be that Jews have the right to
No,
establish.
don't tell me what it seems like. I'm
Anywhere.
stating
Well,
my
you're just.
position.
I mean, you're not. You're
I'm
not
very
stating your
clear
position.
on what my position is, Kevin.
Okay, well, then allow me to ask: is this
Sure.
a fair representation of your position?
You better
That-
say that. Listen, when I use words, Kevin, I use them very carefully. So in order to state my position, you need to quote me, not make up some other story.
Okay. So tell me
I
if this is
agree with
accurate.
what Devin wrote in the chat, by the way.
Tell me if this is accurate.
Yeah.
Any community of Jews that exists within Judea and Samaria
No, I
are
disagree with that.
legitimate.
I disagree with that. There are, for example, there are no communities of Jews living in Area A. It's controlled by Palestinians. It is Jew-free. It is ethnically cleansed of Jews. There is apartheid in Area A. Jews are not allowed to live there, or they will be killed. That's Area A. There are Palestinians and Jews living in B and C.
Kevin, you're bad at fishing. You're just not good.
And both Palestinians, so-called Palestinians, the Palestinian Arabs, they're both building homes in both of those areas and in A. And by the way, sometimes they conform to the law, residential laws, and sometimes they don't. In terms of, are you allowed to build here? Is this building legal? Does it meet building code? The same way if somebody went to Central Park and built a house, the Parks Department and the Buildings Department and the police might say, you know what, this is not, this doesn't conform to the laws here. You can't build a thing there.
That's democracy.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right. That's democracy. Government by the people, you have to be a rule of law. It's all about, it's different from being a socialist. Democracy is, no one is above the law in democracy. In socialist, for instance, in socialist, for instance, everyone is together and they can do things together, conformity with one another. The government and the people share equal funds and equal rights. But in democracy, the government has a higher hand than the citizens, telling them what to do and what not to do. So they're all different kinds of government. They're all kinds of government.
I appreciate your contribution. I did not understand one word.
Democratic is socialized, they are not delusional. I don't think they're
All
delusional.
right, thank you for your address. That's good. That was clear.
Oh, man.
Thanks for the invite, Adam. Norman, nice to see you. So, you do talk a lot about this topic, right? Where did you get your views from? And I guess here's a quick question, just before you get into that one. You know, you identify as.
Hang on. Let me get into the first one, so we don't have things hanging out in the ether there. I get my information and views from relentless immersion in these matters because I care about the United States and I care about our values and I care about our relationship with other nations. It comes from deep, passionate care.
Awesome. That's great. Great answer. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Great answer.
Thank you.
So, well, do you know where hummus comes from? Because you didn't answer that question. You say you do things and then you don't. So that's a fact. We know that. But just answer. Do you know where hummus comes from?
I'm not sure.
Okay, great. Thank you. And then who makes the best hummus according to you?
Me.
Okay, fine, good. Okay, good answer. Thank you. Now let's get on to the important things. Okay, you don't know where hummus comes from, and you make the best hummus. We have that on the record. Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay. So, does your views have anything to do with you being, born Jewish in New York, or what do you think about that?
How would that be related?
You tell me. So you think there's no relation? There's no relation to you being.
I just don't know what's in your mind.
I'm just asking you. I mean,
I don't know.
You don't know. You've never thought about where you were born and how you were raised and how that's informing your own thoughts?
Well, it's like a fish. Does a fish think about water?
Do you think about moving to Israel? What do you think? Have you ever thought about that?
Sure. I go to Israel.
You think you might retire there, or
I'll probably,
like go on a little kibbutz or something like that, or
a little kibbutz. I'll probably
or a big one. I'm sorry,
do
not
now. Well, I'll probably continue to do what I do, which is go back and forth between New York and Israel and.
Oh, I didn't know you were a constant traveler to Israel.
Israel, France, Spain, Istanbul, Dubai, Singapore. Yeah.
Now, you have a preference for those, or I mean, you do a lot of traveling. Is it for work or pleasure, or what? Why are you going to Israel? Multiple reasons, or
business and pleasure.
Business and you. So, do you have a connection to the land of Israel, like since you're Jewish, or?
Well, every Jew does.
You may think that, but I don't think every Jew thinks that.
That's a fact.
Whoa! That's a big claim right there.
It's a very big claim.
You've never met a Jew that.
Hang on. There's two reasons why.
Okay, now they're cutting me off. This is a little weird.
Yeah, I am. There's two. I want to go one topic at a time. There's two reasons why every Jew has a connection to the land of Israel. Number one is God's law, that's in the Torah. And number two, it's man's law. That's in the Israeli law. Those are the two reasons why every Jew has
okay, fine. Can I talk? Okay, what about the Canaanites? What about the people that came before the
There are
Phoenicians?
no more Canaanites.
How do you know
They're
that?
gone. Because there's no more Canaan. It's gone. There are no more
So could
Phoenicians.
that happen
There's
to
no more
Israel?
Canaan.
Is that a possibility? Could that happen to Israel?
You mean in a gazillion years from now? Who knows? I can't predict.
Tell me, you seem to know a lot about the history of it. What were the biggest events in the history of Israel? If you had to name the top three biggest events in the history of
There are
Israel.
no more ancient Greeks. There are no more Byzantines. There are no more Phoenicians. There are no more Canaanites. There are no more Ithacans.
Could they not resurrect? Could they resurrect?
It's unlikely.
Oh, but okay, but you're given a chance. I like that. Unlikely. It is unlikely. I agree. It's unlikely,
Right.
but it's not.
Right.
I mean, so yeah, what are the biggest events, the top three in the history of all written record in the Torah, in the Talmud, and all that of all of Israel? Like, what are the top three things ever? Go. Just hit one of them. But go.
The reception of the Torah.
And did Moses got that on the mountain?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, then 2 and 3. Give me two more.
The formation of the temple.
Oh, baby, that's it. You're talking temple talk. I love it. Give me another one.
Yeah, thank you. And the modern state of Israel.
1960. 47? Was it 47?
48.
Oh, sorry, you're off. 48. All right, so let's talk. You brought up the temple. Norm, but I love it. I'm a big fan of the temple. Tell me about this. How many temples were there? Because there's a little dispute there. 2. Some people say 3.
No, there's no dispute.
There's. Okay, whatever. I agree with you. I think there's only 2 main ones, but some people say 3.
There's not only 2.
What happened? What happened with the first and second temples?
Well, they were destroyed by empires.
Exactly. What do you think about the rebuilding of the third temple?
Well, that'll happen when Moshiach comes.
And you think third time's a charm?
I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, if you look at the track record, the last 2 times it was destroyed.
By empires.
Yeah.
And?
That's what I'm saying. You think it's going to be different the third time? Third time's a charm.
I don't know what that means, third time is the charm.
It means they won't be destroyed the third time it's built. You think it's a good deal? Okay, for the rebuilding of the third temple. Are you for? Sorry, I want to be clear. I'll rephrase my question.
For the record, and I want to state this for the room, I'm not God and I'm not a prophet. I don't see the...
That's a weird thing to state. Do you think people really think you're God, Norm?
No, but you...
Do you think people need to know that? Do you think people need to know that?
You asked
That's really weird.
You asked me to project the future. I can't do that. Those are God's attributes.
So you're trying to show humility. I'm sorry, I mistook that.
No, I'm not trying to show humility. I'm saying I can't predict the future.
But we're talking about 2 historical events, which were the building of 2 temples, and you noted that that's like massively important in all of the history of all of Israel.
Of course.
And so I ask you this simple question: are you for or against the rebuilding of the third temple, or you can, I guess, give some third option?
Yeah, the rest is up to him.
So that I'm going to take that as a yes. You're for it.
No, I'm for Messiah. The rest is up to him.
Oh, snap. You trying to throw that new... What about you, Scotty? Scotty, you a local East Coast Jewish guy, too?
What am I trying to throw, Joe?
Who's... No, I think I dealt enough with Yale, Norma. I think I got what I came for. I got what I came for.
You call El Normo the Great One.
You call him the Great One. The Great One. So, are you a big defender of Israel and a believer in the coming of Mashiach, too?
No.
I'm a Christian and I'm a big supporter of Israel, yes.
Oh, wait, you're a Christian?
Wait. Yeah, he's a Christian. And he wants me
I didn't know that. Right.
Don't you want the Messiah to come back?
I'm dying for the Messiah to come back. I think.
Is he a Messianic Jew or is he Christian?
Yeah, I'm a Christian. I'm just a normal Christian.
He's a Christian minister. He's an actual ordained minister.
What do you think about the third temple, Scott? What do you think? Do you think they should rebuild the third temple? Is that good for from a minister perspective?
I'm not a dispensationalist. I'm not a dispensationalist. I'm not. I don't think that. That's like a group of evangelical Christians. The movement started in like the 19th century that think that there's a complex end times formula and then if the Jews get the temple built and a certain sort of thing, array of things happen, like these things have to happen for Christ to come back. I don't put any, I'm not one of those kinds of Christians, but I am a strong supporter of Israel.
It's a good thing that New Jerusalem is going to be located in Independence, Missouri.
But Florida,
I
don't they
think
have a
should
ton
put
of
it in
Jerusalems all
Kentucky
over the
with
world?
The Ark and everything else that's there, with the Ken Ham. Wow, Fabio says, in other words, I'm a cuckold because I support Israel. I support liberal democracies. I support religious freedom. I support gay rights. I support
You're sticking your neck out now.
I support nation states that support these things.
Well, who do you think's doing a better job with that, Scott? Like, or who, I mean, is Israel doing a better job, or America, or is there another country?
I think in the region, Israel is unparalleled on those things. Unparalleled. I think it's a Western liberal democracy.
I'm not a minister, but I'm also a Christian, and I would agree with that as well.
You're a Christian, Ben? I didn't know. I thought you were Anthony Bourdain.
I'm not Anthony Bourdain. No, I'm a Christian. But I am not a minister. But I am also in favor of the nation of Israel's existence. So
Baruch Hashem.
I'm also in favor of liberal democracies.
Baruch Hashem. But I want to have a little tiny sliver of a bone to pick with you that you say you're not going to get a straight answer out of him. I can't give a straight answer to a crooked question. So if you're asking me if I support, I mean, I don't support everything that anybody...
What I said speaks for itself, so I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, and I'm responding to you.
Okay.
I can't give a straight answer to a crooked question. Do I believe that everything that everybody does is legitimate or legal? No, of course not. People make mistakes. People are flawed.
Do you guys think that Israel's been doing a good job overall? Like,
yes.
Okay, so well, Norm just said yes.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The GDP has quadrupled in the past 20 years or so. They afford equal rights to all people in Israel. When they wage war, they do their best to minimize civilian casualties. I think in some ways they do better at that than any other military has ever done in the history of militaries. So we do a good job at defending ourselves and also yet trying to maintain humanitarian standards.
Do you see a clear path forward that, I mean, could they wrap this up and get it over with in a couple of years, or?
Wrap what up?
Whatever's, okay, so there is war and there's a lot of death and destruction going on, right? That, I mean, to start with that.
There's always war in the world.
What? Yeah, but not
There's always war in the world. Why, that's news?
Has any of this stuff stopped your visitation to Israel where you're like, hey, maybe I'm not going to fly there?
No, definitely not. In fact, the Houthis sent me
I don't know if I believe that one. Wow.
Totally true. The Jews just keep going.
Didn't a bunch of Jewish people leave Israel? Like, hasn't there been a mass exodus?
We allowed women and children to leave when we were actually getting bombed, but then a lot of men went over there to help the war effort. And a lot of women are helping the war effort too, frankly. So, for example, if you're having a wedding...
Do you think that this war was some type of divine intervention? Because you did...
Stop interrupting me. Listen to my answer, and then you can ask a question based on the answer. So if we're having a wedding or a bar mitzvah or a birthday party or an engagement and a missile comes, we'll just go downstairs and continue the party. And when I was there, for example... Say what?
I thought you were finished, but keep going. Sorry, go ahead.
It's okay. So when I was there and the Houthis sent me a present, I wasn't even unaware that it came, and I sort of saw it when I drove by on my way to the airport. It didn't stop me even for a minute, nor did it delay flights for even. They didn't even delay flights 15 minutes. And when I was messing around with my ticket, my luggage and everything, the people from the gate came and found me in the counter and said, "We're looking for you. Come on, get on the plane. We'll hold the plane for you." And I got on the plane. It was El Al. And we took off. It wasn't even delayed 1 minute, even though the Houthis had landed a missile in an open field near Ben Gurion, like right next to.
You do seem to be rambling a bit, though.
No, I'm answering your question about.
But don't you think that was sufficient, or you need to keep going?
So you didn't believe me. You didn't believe.
No, I didn't. You don't know, dude. I'm just having a conversation. What are you talking? I didn't believe you.
You expressed skepticism, so I assume that means you didn't believe me. I mean, I'm listening.
Okay. I just wanted to move the conversation forward a little bit, and I thought.
Okay, but when you
Going on a little bit,
skepticism,
yeah.
I'm going to provide you with facts.
Yeah, no, but
Go
also,
ahead.
okay, I'm satiated. You've satiated me.
Well, I mean, not everybody has the same appetite for facts that I do.
Right,
For
exactly. Right,
information,
no,
or
right, yeah,
understanding,
yeah,
or
yeah.
analysis. Hard to blame you for. All right.
Okay, I'm trying to, yeah,
Briefly.
so I'm getting schooled. I'm learning
Yeah.
that you think that Israel has done an excellent job so far with
Yeah.
with this conflict, and that
Yeah, well, we're winning.
now, do you feel that there's any divine intervention?
Hang on a second. Hang on, wait, Joe. We're winning, right? Isn't that the job?
What do you mean we? I
Yeah,
thought you weren't
I'm not
an Israeli citizen.
We. I beg your pardon. I'm not.
Then who's we?
We is the Jews.
The Jews isn't Israel.
Well,
And for you to say that the Jews is equivalent to Israel is exactly the kind of conflation that leads people to
Florida, we don't want to, if we upset
I didn't
Norman,
say it was equivalent. I'm not
then
upset.
he'll probably get...
I'm not upset. We, the Jews, are winning. Israel's the Jewish nation.
Do you feel that there was some divine intervention, that this war was, that God was involved with this in some way?
I see God's hand in all of man's affairs. All of them.
So what about when he destroyed the first and second temples?
I see God's hand in all
Like,
of
does
man's
that
affairs.
do you think that was
include that.
justified and it was okay? And I'd love to hear the Reverend's opinion. I don't know, is it Reverend Scott or Minister? He's a Christian. I don't know what type of Christian.
I don't argue with God.
Okay, cool. So if the third temple, because you brought up the temple, that's on the record, and I love you that you did that. I love you, Norm, that you did that. I love you. Thank you for bringing up the temple.
So wait. You said I brought it up. You said what was significant events?
I said the most significant events ever, and you brought up the temple. Thank you. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Okay, but you said I brought it up as though it was something that you didn't bring up.
Well, I mean, you could have brought up anything. I gave you an open thousands of years of history, and you brought up the temple, and I love you. Thank you so much for that.
I love you as well.
I agree with you. I agree. We are in agreement on that. Deep agreement.
But wait, what would be another contender?
I don't really care. I'm just, unfortunately.
You don't know. I think.
No. I mean, no. I mean, like, I'm not the one teaching here. You're the teacher, Norm. You're the teacher.
I understand that. But what would be another contender?
For most significant
Yes.
Israeli.
Yes. The Battle of Masada, very significant.
No, I think the temple summit. I think the temple history is it, and I think.
Try to stop interrupting me. The Battle at Masada.
I'm not. That's a little dinky battle. That's a dinky battle.
No, the battle.
You guys think you're warriors? You think you're warriors? I mean, oh my God, come on, man.
Do I think we're warriors?
Oh snap! Snap!
Warriors.
You are the strongest military in the world.
I never
Jewish
said that.
military.
I never said that.
No, I was messing with you. I'm sorry.
It
was a joke. I'm sorry.
So yes, I think the War of Independence. I mentioned that, right? So we can also.
I mean, you're shifting the topic, but it's fine.
I'm not shifting the topic. The topic.
You don't want to talk about the third temple. I get it.
Wait a second. We talked about it. I'll talk about it again. You were also talking about significant events. We talked about that. That's not shifting the topic. These are things you brought up, not me.
Are you a supporter? Like, did you send funds to the third temple?
Yeah.
And how about your Scott? What about you? Do you support the rebuilding of the third temple?
Joe. This is not a one-way thing. How do you send funds to something that doesn't exist?
Because they have the organizations like thirdtemple.com or whatever.
Okay, so I ask you again. How do you send funds to something that doesn't exist?
Preparations. You're building a building. You got to get all the permits in place. You got to get all the.
Wait a second. Wait, I'm confused now. I said Moshiach would build it. So you're saying? Are you asking me if I'm sending money to Moshiach?
I don't think you. Okay, this isn't on replay, so I can't. Exactly what you said, but you.
Okay.
I don't remember. You said so you think it's gonna? You're one of those Jewish people that think it's gonna just fall out of the sky, preformed, and just land there. Is that what you're saying?
I told you what I said.
You said Mashiach is gonna build it.
That's right.
So Mashiach is.
So when I say Mashiach is gonna build it, does that mean fall out of the sky?
Well, a lot of your friends, your Jewish people friends, think that.
Wait. It's a yes or no question.
Again, I'm the student. You're the teacher, Norm.
I understand. So yes or no? Does Moshiach is going to build it mean falling out of the sky?
I mean, reasonably speaking, it could. Can you explain how else
It could?
Mashiach would build it?
So if I say Harvey's going to build it, does that mean it's going to fall out of the sky? Does that mean
No, that
No,
means that
Harvey
Harvey's
can't make
gonna
it
build
fall out of the sky, but Mashiach technically could.
According
So,
to
I
who?
mean, why, Norm, why don't you
According to some of
explain
your
how
Jewish
it's gonna
friends,
get built
talk to
by
me.
Mashiach if
What
it doesn't
Jewish
fall out
friend
of
is
the sky?
that? What Jewish friend is that?
What kind of
Well,
Jew are you, El
answer the
Normo?
question.
El
How is it
Normo,
gonna
what
get
kind
built?
of Jew are you? The
I'm
bagel
good
and lox
What kind
kind?
of you? What
The
kind of
bagel
goy
and
are you?
lox kind?
What kind of goy are you?
I don't know. I mean, that's.
You don't know what you are? Okay, I'll do it. You don't know what you are.
I'm the
Norm,
student.
just
I'm
answer the
trying to
question.
learn.
Maybe
Just
I'll
ask
be
him,
just
how
like
is
you.
it gonna get built?
Maybe I'll be just like you.
Just tell the answer.
I just-
Norm,
I just
how is
told
it
you.
gonna get built? If it doesn't fall out of the sky, how else?
Yeah. How do you build anything?
How will
Depending on you
Mashiach build it if
anything else.
Mashiach isn't the
I
person?
don't know. The answer is.
All right, we stumped Norm. That's a we won, Florida. We did stump Norm. He does not have the answer.
No, I don't have the answer, period.
Thank
How
you.
do I know what Mashiach is?
Great,
I'm
awesome,
not God, and I'm
awesome.
not a prophet, as I said
All right.
before. I'm not God, and I'm not a prophet. And I'm
I
not even the
don't
most
think you need
knowledgeable
to
Jew.
keep restating that. That's hilarious.
Well, you asked me what Mashiach is going to do
Oh
if
my
I'm God
God.
or Mashiach.
That's funny. I'd love to hear the Reverend's opinion on this matter, as he is a trained theologian.
He is.
Reverend, please. Please.
I don't really think about the rebuilding of the temple a lot. It does not occupy my theological imagination a lot.
So what does?
I don't know. Grace, the concept of grace. I think right now I'm thinking a lot about Luther's relationship to Hegel. I think a lot about just read a really good book on Hegel and contradiction.
Is it fair to say that you think Luther and Hegel are going to rebuild the third temple?
Exactly. Hegel could not have rebuilt it. I don't think he knew. He knew a lot of shit, but he couldn't do it.
Aren't you saying that Karl Marx is going to rebuild the third temple? Aren't you saying that? Didn't I just hear you say that?
Well, I mean, when no proposal is given for how the temple is going to get built, but rather just like the fact that
there's
Mashiach
Florida.
is just
Go
going to
to
do it.
thirdtemple.com, man.
It's just gonna it's not gonna fall out of the sky, Joe. One day
Okay,
we're just as mere mortals, we from our limited 3-dimensional space, we're just gonna see bricks and stones and dumpster trucks moving in place by themselves.
Wait, so Florida, you're saying there's
and we're just gonna see a
100%
temple
chance.
being
Who
built
is that?
before our very
No,
eyes.
Florida,
And it's gonna
there's
be
a
it's gonna
distinction
be a
here.
wonder. It's gonna be grace.
One
It's
at a
gonna be
time, guys.
magical. Mashiach is gonna be doing it the entire time.
Florida? Is that your position?
This is my proposal that this is your position. But if it's not your position,
It's not
then
my
I just would
position,
like to
no.
rephrase.
No, it's not my position, and I think it's kind of dumb to misstate my position so grossly.
How
Try to
do
get it
you
right.
suppose Mashiach is going to build the third
I
temple?
don't know.
He said he doesn't know. Norm made that clear.
I
So
don't know.
you just think he's going to do it, but have no proposal or
I think Norm,
expectation as to how it's going to be done?
He's going to get
Okay, I'll
politically
repeat what I
done.
said a moment ago. I'm neither a prophet nor God. But since,
You're a fool,
the
is what you are.
No, I'm not a
I
fool.
mean, you
Why
can
am I a
continue
fool?
asking me the question over and over.
Why am I a fool?
Like, look, I can disagree with Norm on a lot of his positions, Florida, but he's answered your question.
Ben, it's a
Do you
foolish
disagree
it's a
with me on
foolish
lot of
claim.
positions, then?
I don't care. I don't care if it's a foolish claim. He answered your question. You keep
I don't
adding
have a claim.
what the answer. Which you asked him, how is the temple going to get rebuilt, and he said he doesn't know.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, sorry, guys, can I ask El Normo, in all of his wisdom and knowledge, does he
I don't
know
have
Jesus?
wisdom and knowledge.
And again, Florida, I may agree or disagree. I'm just trying to move the conversation forward. He answered your question.
El Normo, thank you, Ben, do you know what Jesus thinks about the third temple, what his thoughts are?
Do I know
No
what
clue.
Jesus thinks of the third temple? I'm not well
No
read.
clue. I thought he was asking me. The answer is I haven't got a clue.
Well, so
Okay.
Reverend Scott, our minister, our spiritual
Maybe
expert.
Jesus believes that all of Christianity is the third temple.
I don't know what I do not know what Jesus thinks of the third temple. Joe, sorry.
I know a lot of people like Jesus.
Leanne said you might want to remove, quote, the great one from your profile, but you're like a comedian too, right?
Norm is the great
So
one.
was that a
I call
joke?
Norm the great one.
No, that's Scott made that for me.
He's a comedian by blood.
It's meant to be self-ironic.
That was good, Florida.
Thank
Norm
you.
is my mark with him.
That's good. That was good. I like that. That was good.
Did you get it, Norm? Because you're Jewish. Us Jews, we're funny. It's just in our blood.
Hang on, who asked me that?
It's Florida.
I don't know, Florida's antagonistic. I'm not sure I accept the things that come from Florida.
Spoken from the most antagonistic man on.
Hey, I represent that remark.
So you're ranking Israel's recent, past couple years in this conflict as a 10 out of 10. You have no criticism on them
I never
whatsoever?
said that. Why do you?
No, I'm asking the
words in
question.
my mouth?
So,
Okay, try again. Try again.
It sounded like you were ranking them as like
No,
they're
it
doing a
didn't
bang
sound
up,
that way.
awesome job.
Yes,
No,
it
it
did.
didn't sound. No, it didn't sound that way.
Sounded like that.
What the fuck? Yeah, there you go. Thank you,
It
Ben.
doesn't sound that
All right,
way.
so what could they improve on? What did they do wrong?
We could move quicker.
I actually do agree with that. Wholeheartedly.
So is it possible, Elmer? Like that's where is the conclusion to this? Do you think it's possible in a
The
year?
conclusion to what?
I've just gone in and done the dirty work and gotten this thing over
Well,
with.
Gaza's done, right? Gaza's pretty much over, right?
What does that mean, guys?
It's not done.
I mean, it's like 80 or 90% fucking rubble, right?
Oh, I don't think so.
I mean, I'll do a quick Google search.
The only reason, guys, stop. The only reason it's over right now, and I'm sure Norm can back me up on this, is because FIFA has not laid the foundation for the new soccer fields that are going to go up all.
There you go.
I don't know a lot about soccer, although I did watch it.
Norm, I think if Israel had gone fast and broken things in the beginning after October 7th, I think they wouldn't be in the situation that you're in right now. Like
I know, but it tries to be humanitarian.
Oh no, I get that. So.
Like I think they had a blank check for about 2 weeks to just level the whole thing. But of course we would have.
But wait, Elmer, do you dispute this? It's a Google search. It says over 80% of buildings are partially damaged or completely destroyed in Gaza.
Partially. So, I mean, what's the source?
It's just a regular Google search. Nothing.
So what's the source of the?
But I've done this many. I mean, what do you think the extent of damage has been? That you appear to know more than me. You're the teacher. I'm the student. How bad did Gaza get destroyed?
I'm not going to take a lot of questions if you don't answer any of them.
Joe, respectfully, like you got to come with better sources than that, dude. It's just it's not good.
I thought that was a reason. Where do you want me to get the source from?
Where is it? Where has the source? What's the source attached to your Google?
Correct.
Look at the end of it. At the end of it, in little type, it says what the source is.
It doesn't.
Well, then you need to go a little deeper.
Then don't cite it as a source.
I'll try to go to Israel. I'll see what Israel says.
But why don't you just look at an actual source?
What website is a good website that I can use for this? This is a basic question.
At the end of the AI answer, you'll see a little type, and it'll tell you what the sources are. I can't believe I have to teach you how to use your phone. I'm supposed to be a boomer, although I'm not.
Be better than this, dude. I'm trying to help you out here. Like I'm trying to help you out here.
I just asked Claude. I logged into Claude. I asked Claude. Here it goes. How much of Gaza has been, as of most recent estimates, July 2026, scale of destruction? Gaza's even more. I'm sorry, Claude says even more. More than 90% of the Gaza Strip has been destroyed. According, you're not going to like the source. It does have a source.
Okay, then get a better source.
Well, let's just read that's the first sentence in Claude.
Get a better source.
You're saying don't read any more Claude. You're saying Claude is wrong.
No. Go deeper. Ask for more sources.
Claude is providing more sources.
What was the source? What was the source?
Al Jazeera.
Yeah, they're not reliable.
Now, second bullet point, about 77% of housing units had been affected, with nearly 86% of those destroyed, per the joint UN-EU World Bank damage assessment. And that source is the new humanitarian. That sounds like a good one. Is that a bad one?
Not terrible. I think they were booby trapped is the problem. And the only way to deal with the booby. Why is that, oh my God?
Give me a good source then. Let me ask them. Who do you like,
ask
Norm?
Ask Claude what percentage of buildings in Gaza were booby trapped. See what you come up with.
And also, respectfully, Joe, if your assertion is that Gaza is a giant rubble, like a giant huge pile of rubble, it's up to you to bring your own sources to the table.
Well, I've seen the photos. I mean, the photos have come out a while ago. Like the drone cameras and everything, satellite imagery.
Joe,
Hasn't this been out for a while, Ben?
Joe, may I ask you a question?
I guess this is too controversial. I didn't think it was controversial.
I don't think it is controversial at all. I'm telling you, you have to come with better sources than that. You can't just say.
Why can't you just support? What percentage of Gaza do you think has been destroyed? Do you think it's less than 80%? Do you think it's 70% or 60%?
Joe, I'm not the one making the assertion. You're the one making the
No,
assertion.
I'm asking our great one these questions. The great one has spent a lot of time and effort. He's visited the homeland.
But Joe,
I don't know you either, Ben, so I'm sorry, I don't know you.
I don't know you. I don't know you
Yeah,
either.
but we do know El Norm.
But I'm trying to I want to have a factual.
I don't think I'm going to be able to meet your requirements. I'm sorry. I'm just going to say that.
Okay, but in order to, if I was having a discussion.
I will not live up to your expectations, Ben. Sorry.
If I was having a discussion on any topics, on American presidential elections, what I think of Graham Plattner's withdrawal from the Maine Senate race. If I'm having a discussion of any myriad of different topics, scientific or otherwise, and you say, and you make an assertion, and I say, show me your sources, and you say, I did a Google search, in no way, shape, or form, no matter what kind of discussion I'm having, is that ever going to be enough? If you're going to have to say, okay, this is according to people.
Well, okay, so we went to Claude and Norm liked the new humanitarian, so we made progress, right? Was it not quick enough? It's not good enough for you?
That's much better.
Oh, thank you. All right, well, I appreciate it.
But just don't like.
So booby traps, there's no solid, independently verified figure for this. It's a contested claim. Is that a reasonable response from Claude about the booby traps? Honestly, I never really thought.
I just looked it up and I'm getting 40%.
So 40% is self-imposed destruction.
No, 40% is booby trapped, and then many of them are also undermined by tunnels. It's the most extensive tunnel system in human history.
Right. Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
I do. I don't know how to get rid of tunnels except to blow them up.
According to whom? According to whom, Norm?
According to what?
According to whom?
According to
he wants sources.
What sources specifically?
So Ben, you want to know according to who is this the most extensive tunnel system in
Correct.
human history? Well, I'm going with Haviv Rettig Gur, who's a writer for Haaretz, and he's a liberal Zionist.
See, look at that, Joe. See, that's the source. See, that's how you do this shit.
Yeah, but these tunnels aren't very nice tunnels, you know.
No, you can drive a truck through them. You can drive, like this, for example, there was a tunnel.
Okay, so North Korea is number one, estimated 5,000 tunnels. That's the Modern War Institute. China, the underground Great Wall.
Wait. What's the date on that? On North Korea? You don't know. Okay. So these are just newly discovered. So if you want to put China and North Korea up there with Gaza, I'll accept that. But so let's modify it to one of the greatest tunnel systems in human history. It says it rivals the British metro system. It says it's 500 kilometers of tunnels. So all this money that the whole world poured in there, and they were getting, I don't know why, $1 billion worth of aid a year from all over the world. They were pouring it all into tunnels, not creating an economy and not feeding their children. And here's the amazing thing. They didn't let a single child into the tunnels when we were bombing the enemy. Not one child. Why is that? If they care about their children,
there is a little economy.
You can't say one child.
There is
an
economy.
one child.
That's an extremist. Oh my God! Did you really just say that?
There is an economy, Norm. You sell a lot of falafels to the guy digging the tunnel, right? You get falafel trucks under the tunnel.
I mean, they do have some cafes, lovely cafes in markets, but they don't have an economy that sustains themselves. They live on aid. They live on foreign aid, which is being laundered through UNRWA, United Nations Relief Works Agency, and then being misappropriated by Hamas. UNRWA was found to be completely infiltrated by a terror organization called Hamas, which is why we're not dealing with them anymore.
When is the IDF going to let people into, like,
Into where?
like into Gaza to look around and everything?
There have been numerous people in Gaza looking around.
Like full out, like just like when...
Full out.
Full
Well,
out.
war right now, you don't want to get people killed, but I mean, there have been plenty of people.
Yeah, okay, so that, I didn't hear, so when do you think this is going to be over with, specifically in Gaza?
What's going to be over with?
The conflict.
Which one?
Gaza.
What do you think? What do you think is going to take for?
I'm not an expert. I'm here for
They-
El
they-
Norman's opinion.
They have to demilitarize.
What about El Trash Bag?
They have to demilitarize.
Yo,
The sooner they
Trash Bag? What's up, man?
the sooner they demilitarize, the sooner that there'll be peace, and the sooner they can rebuild.
I got my thought. No, Norman, I'm saying I am in total agreement that one of the biggest, most important things in the history of Israel is the temple lineage. And thank you for verifying that. I agree with you. Well, okay, I know. I'm just, but why? It's we're in agreement.
You're
on
not
it,
agreeing with me if you misquote me.
I'm gonna let Trash Bag take over. It's been a pleasure, guys.
It's been a pleasure, man. Did you get what you came for?
Take care, Joe.
Yeah.
Wait, is he leaving?
Joe, did you get what
Well,
you were looking for?
I'm gonna
Joe?
bounce
Did you-
around. I mean, it's a lot. It's a heavy topic.
Joe,
I don't
did you
know
get
how
what
you
you
guys
came-
talk about this all day long.
Jay,
I
did
mean,
you
El
know
Norman's putting some hours on this
I
thing,
mean,
man.
I know it's
It's like
did you
wow.
get
But no,
what
Trash
you
Bag,
came
you take over, man. Take over. Go for it.
Joe, did you get what you came for?
Yeah, I think it was good. It was good, and I'm all jazzed up that you I gave you the open palette of like thousands of years of history, and you went right to the temple, and I think you're right.
Yeah.
And you want the rebuilding of the temple, but you're going to leave that up to Mashiach.
No, I didn't say I
Mashiach.
want the rebuilding of the temple. I said I want Mashiach.
But yeah, it's in Mashiach's hands. It's in Mashiach's hands.
There's no Mashkiach. Mashkiach is a guy who's in charge of kosher. Mashiach.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
M-O-S-H-I-A-C-H.
Okay. Well, yeah. So I think that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah. What do you think was accurate?
Norm. Okay, talk to Trash Bag now. You have
Norm
Trash Bag.
doesn't really
you
like
feeling-
talking to Trash Bag.
Are you feeling a little... Well, when you act stupid, I'm not very understanding. Although I learned this morning that you grew up rich, which is interesting. Did your parents cut you off not to bring up a sensitive topic?
I mean, I wouldn't say I grew up rich, but
Well, that's what you said.
I know, but I mean, comparatively.
You grew up rich and now you work as an exterminator or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I don't want to dox you, but did you grow up around where we are?
No, I am from Washington, D.C.
Okay.
So, Florida, you're a messianic type?
No, nothing of the sort.
You're not a Christian?
Negative.
Okay, so what are you?
Deist.
What's a theist? I don't know what that is.
Deist?
Now that's
Yeah,
sort of,
I don't know what that is.
that's interesting, because that's kind of went out of fashion a little bit in like the 19th century, I feel like. But I like that.
Let me just merely say, energy is God. God, anytime I use the word, is merely used with a lowercase g rather than a capital G.
All right.
Well, why
Is
not?
he an old-
Why
is
use
he
the
an
word
old
God?
school G?
Why use the word God at all? If they have to change the meaning of the word, just leave
Oh,
it
I'm not changing the meaning of the word. I'm
God.
just not creating. I'm not properizing it, right? I'm not attributing it to any sort of like personifiable entity that can be like simplified per se beyond human or into anything that I can actually absorb, right? Just lowercase g, God.
I want to use the word Billy from now on instead of the word God.
Yeah, Billy, why did you use a lowercase b?
Because
And I say
I'm
this,
not
I say
important.
this- I say this out of love for you, Billy, and out of a complete acceptance of whatever your position is.
Thank you, Norm.
You're welcome. Did I tell you the other day that you heard me, didn't you, when I came out of the subway, and there were all these people, and many of them seemed to barely be able to walk. I was like surrounded by a flood of people, and it's like, okay, there's like a concert got out here or something, like what's going on? And I walked, and I just had to turn and say, okay, there seems to have been a concert. Who was it? You know what the answer was, Billy?
What?
Bob Dylan.
What do you know? I've heard of him.
It was such a moment, man. It was all, and I said, so did he, sing with his back to you and not talk? And he said, well, he didn't talk at all, but he performed the songs. I mean, they seemed a little disappointed. It's more like you've just been near a legend.
He's not the man he used to be, but at 84, who is?
Yeah.
I got 84.
I saw Bob Dylan live.
Robert
Me too.
Zimmerman.
I saw him a couple times.
Remember when
I saw
Bob Dylan absolutely butchered Purple?
No.
No,
I'm sorry, not Purple Rain. All Along the Watchtower. He butchered
Wait,
it.
that's his. What do you mean he butchered it? It's his song.
Yeah, no, he butchered it.
He told me he wrote a song about me when he was in my living room.
How can you butcher something that's yours?
Oh, because when you hear his version and then hear the Jimi Hendrix version,
Well, Jimi Hendrix version is great, but what's your point?
Bob Dylan butchered it. He should have
Well,
just never.
he
He should have just handed it over to Jimmy from the beginning.
No.
But all
He
along
did
the
it his
watch,
way.
it's not his song. It's not Hendrix.
No, he's not Frank Sinatra. He didn't do it.
He did do it his way. He wrote it and he did it.
He butchered it.
I'm not, well, no, he didn't butcher it, he just did it a different way.
Yeah, but his version is shit.
It's not shit, it's just different.
It's shit.
Folky. It's not shit. It's a good song.
His version is complete dog shit.
A lot of unnuanced opinions floating around here, Norman.
Really? I mean, well, look, you like Bob Dylan, you don't like Bob Dylan. You know?
Florida, what is your general opinion of Bob Dylan? Is it positive or negative?
Negative, because I can say it's mostly negative, like because I do have a bias. Like I just generally don't like that folksy blues type music to begin with.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Yeah, but the All Along the Watchtower is actually a shit song. The Bob
I
Dylan
like
version.
it. No, it's not a shit song. You might not like his rendition of his own song, but I think it's good. I mean, you might not get it. Look, you can say you don't like it, put it that way. And you're entitled to say that. I mean, Jimi Hendrix is so different. There's room in the world for both versions of All Along the Watchtower. Now, I recently heard
There's not.
yeah, there is. And
I guess maybe.
Heard what he had to say. I recently heard what he had to say about Jimi Hendrix's version, and he rhapsodized about it. He was so enthusiastic about Jimi. He was so enthusiastic about Jimi Hendrix's genius.
Yeah.
I mean, he basically wrote like a poem about how great Jimi Hendrix was.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
I mean, look, Bob Dylan wrote the very rough sketch of that song for Jimi Hendrix to go in, clean it up, finish it, and make it sound like a quality song. God, I got rid of it.
So I have 2 albums worth of the original Bob Dylan. Where Bob, where Dylan basically. Norm left. What's going on, Billy? Sorry, go ahead.
No, just I have 2 albums worth of original Bob writing. In other words, he creates the song, and I have those sheets. He types it out, and then he makes changes to pencil and pen.
What's funny is I don't actually care for that much Bob Dylan, but I've loved the covers of his songs.
Yeah, because he's a shit artist, but he maybe wrote good. He maybe wrote decent songs.
Not that he was an incredible writer. There's some of his stuff that I actually like, but he's an incredible songwriter who, quite frankly, I prefer the covers of his songs.
He's not even a good singer.
Ever listen to Don't Think Twice, It's All Right? It's a phenomenal song. Beautiful song. Beautifully written song.
No, I haven't. Actually, I don't think I have. I might have. I've heard a lot more music than sometimes I think I have. What is the name of this one?
Don't Think Twice, It's All Right.
There's so many gorgeous songs. Ben, I have to just, in a friendly way, because I have a friendly feeling about our relationship.
Sure.
What don't you like about the way that I argue?
I think honestly, I think it's
story.
Sorry. I'll let you wrap up, and then I'll answer your questions. What was your answer to my question? Were you going to answer my question?
I'm giving you some multiple choice here. I said, what
Okay,
don't you like
prefer
about
not
the
to
way I
answer.
argue?
I would
Is it
prefer
too
not to answer. I would prefer to give you an answer as opposed to giving taking multiple choice. Can I just answer your question, or
Well,
do I
I
have
was
to
just
do
saying,
multiple
is it?
choice? Can I just choose the option
You
that's other?
can respond any way you like once I'm done. For example, is it too prosecutorial?
I thought you were giving me multiple choice. Do I
I
have
don't know
other
what that
options? You said
Yes.
you were going to give me
Yes.
multiple choice answers. So you just gave
Is
me
it
one
too
response.
prosecutorial? Is it too antagonistic? Is it too aggressive? Or none of the above? You want to say it in your own way, which you have every right
None of
to
the
do.
above. I want to say it my own way, which is what I was trying to do anyways. But you interrupted me to give me.
I understand that. I hope you can live with that.
But yes, I think I'll figure out a way to manage. I think what it comes down to, I think it's a different thing. You're a Jew from New York, and I am a not Jew from Maine, and so I think that there's some. We argue different. So I honestly think down to. I think it's a style. Yes, I do.
Okay.
When I'm in a room with you and I see the way that you argue, again, I tend to agree with a large percentage of the positions that you argue on Clubhouse, at least the ones that I've heard. But I very much disagree with the way that you present them. Okay. And again, you and I both come to a lot of the same conclusions. I'm like, damn, he's butchering the way I would have argued this. So it's just it comes down to the execution of the. We're both coming to a lot of the same conclusions.
That's why a baseball team has many different players, and then many of them play with different styles.
Sure.
And I'm proud to play on the same team as you. No gay, no diddy here, by the way.
No, I get you. I would have. Yeah, it's same with like football as well. It's like you can have a run first offense or a pass first offense. I don't really give a shit as long as you win. So.
What I was gonna say is that
you can invest in pitching or hitting. I would prefer the Red Sox. You might prefer, I don't know, a New York team.
Did you ever see the film Moneyball?
You know what's funny is I just was talking to somebody about that the other day. I still have never seen that, even though I.
Dude, you have to see it and put it at the top of your list. You have to, because if you're thinking, and you said you like sports, right?
Yeah, big sports guy, definitely. Yeah, big sports.
Okay. We can hold a room about it. I'll even watch it again.
Soccer, baseball, football, basketball.
Well, FIFA this year, Ben, practically saved my life. Ben.
A little bit of tennis, a little bit of golf. You name it, I'll probably at least have a conversation about it. There are sports that I'm not as good at, but I can, generally speaking, at least have a precursory knowledge in those. A lot of professional sports.
So Ben, FIFA this year saved my life because it got my mind off of the war, Jews, and anti-Semitism, and all that stuff. And I just got heavily into watching this game that I did not understand very well.
Well, my Liverpool was about to drive me to the depths of despair, but they fired Arne Slot and picked up Areola, and hopefully they'll do better this year. So they have their second preseason match today, actually at Yankee Stadium. They're actually holding a soccer match at Yankee Stadium between Wrexham which is owned by Rob McElhenney or whatever the guy's name is, and who's the other one that was Deadpool? They went out to England and bought Wrexham, and they're playing tonight a preseason game against my Liverpool Reds. So it should be entertaining. So. I almost got tickets to it, but I was like, man, do I really want to go out? It's a haul for me to get down to New York. So.
Are you saying you drive all the way to New York to watch a soccer game?
Would I? The decision was made not to.
But you would?
Again, the decision was made not to.
I understand what the decision was made, but it sounds like you were considering it, which means that
I considered it, yes. But the price of tickets and the price of parking and all that kind of stuff, I was like, this is not worth it for me to go to.
How much are the tickets?
I forgot. They're not cheap. So even though it's preseason, it's still.
They're not cheap?
For like
$20, $30, $40?
To get a decent seat, if I'm going to Yankee Stadium to watch Liverpool play, then I'm gonna get good seats. So I don't know. I'll check stuff up to see how much.
Well, let's say you were taking the subway to the Bronx, and you just wanted to do it for the experience. I mean, I guess I could find this out myself. But what I'm trying to get at here is that I would get I
said, please. What are you getting at?
What I'm trying to get at here is if you and I made this decision I'd get some tickets and go see a soccer game just to do it. And maybe I'd bring some people with us. That's what
Well,
I'm
so
trying
in order to
at.
get a decent seat, you're looking at 150 plus.
Well, I might spend that, or I might not care if it's a decent seat or not. I might just have some fun. I bet it's going to be empty anyway.
Oh no, it's not going to be empty. Again, Liverpool doesn't come to the United States very often, so yeah, they're playing a couple of preseason games here, and I assume that it would be very, very good fun. It's just it was very much.
I went to see a very marginal.
The cost issue is not what I would rather save my money and just fly to England and go watch them play in Anfield. So.
Well, I went to see Boreham. I think it's called Boreham Green. Boreham Wood.
I don't know.
I went to see, I guess, a minor soccer.
I'm getting a call. I will talk to you all later.
Okay. Billy, I find people who put up with me interesting. The fact that anybody would put up with me, I find interesting. But I bet you feel the same way, Billy, about people who put up with you. Well, a lot of guys have come by for the Norm Show, and I appreciate you all. I do have some other stuff to do. Joe, I don't know if you want to come up and explain where you were coming from about the Third Temple and important things that have happened in Israeli history. Good. Good. So what's up here, man? Where are you coming from with this?
You know, because this is an important.
No, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Well, you know that it's one of the most important things in all of. You're the one who said it, not me.
No, I didn't say that. You misheard me.
You said the building of the. Okay, I'm sorry. No. I'm sorry. Look, I don't want to put words in your mouth. I thought we could come to an agreement on that, but I'll restate what you said.
An agreement
more accurately. I'm sorry. You want to pick bones here. You want to nitpick.
No, I'm not picking bones. I want to be.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me restate and let me see if I got it right, just so I can prove to you that I was listening.
No, I'm not interested in that. What I'm interested in is why are you interested in this? Why are you interested in
because it affects this does affect everyone that believes in the I think it's a big issue. I think actually it cuts to the core.
It affects everyone who believes in the issue. I don't think it does.
No. If the religions, like I'm surprised the theologian, he said he thinks Hegel than this or whatever, but he didn't have a strong opinion on it or whatever.
The Third Temple is sort of it's a supernatural event. So we're dealing with.
Well, but no, it's more than that. Are you saying it's just that? Like you're claiming it's just that?
Well, why are you putting words in my mouth?
Well, you just started off with it's a supernatural. You think it's
That's correct.
first and foremost, you want to use the word supernatural.
Yes, because the
Yeah, I
coming of
disagree with
Mashiach
that.
is-
Disagree.
Well, okay, I'm not sure what you know about it, but it's the coming of Mashiach is a supernatural event.
Okay, yes, I agree with that, but I don't think that's the
The third
primary.
temple comes after Mashiach. In case you didn't know.
Oh, wait, no, what are you saying? We're moving on to something else now?
No, we're right on the subject of the third temple. It comes after Mashiach. So after the supernatural coming of the Mashiach comes the third temple. No Mashiach, no third temple. Supernatural event. Mashiach.
Oh wait, no, but you don't think that's that doesn't have to. You don't think they could build it now and maybe
Who's
there's a.
they? I just said.
Hey, there's people. They're lined up. They're lined up to build it.
I don't know who's lined up to build it, but
Look
I just told
online.
you.
Do a little. I mean,
Why
you
would
want
I
to
want to
get
go
some
online
sources?
for
You need
something
sources.
that I don't believe?
Okay? Have you visited the town? I've been to Israel a bunch of times.
I have been to the Western Wall. We don't go up on the temple now.
But you can if you want to. So
I
maybe
don't
it's not
want
that
to because I
important
think
to you.
I'm not pure
Right.
enough. No, it's because I don't think I'm pure enough.
So you have. Is that humility? Is that where you're like?
What?
Did your rabbi tell you that, or you found that on your own, or?
Yes, my rabbi did tell me that.
He said,
Why do you
Norm,
go-
not yet. But did he give you a time? Maybe if you do enough mitzvahs, like you'll be pure enough, or was he like, never, no, never,
Absolutely
don't go
not.
there?
Absolutely not. No. I made it very simple. Somebody offered to take me up. I called my rabbi. I said, should I go? He said, don't go. I said, I won't go. End of story. 'Cause
Maybe
everybody
you should
said
ask him
end of
again
story.
and see what he says. He might have a different
No.
take.
No, I know my rabbi pretty well. We're pretty close. So why are you so interested in the third temple, though?
I think everyone should be interested in it because I think it
Why?
cuts to the core of a lot of this
doesn't,
drama.
though. It doesn't. Because we're talking about the supernatural.
Well, that's your opinion, Norm. That's your
No,
opinion.
that's a fact. What cuts to the core of the drama is the survival of the state of Israel.
Oh my God, a fact. A fact.
Yeah, it's a fact.
Who declares it a fact? Who declared it a fact? Besides
Reality.
you. Besides
Reality
you.
declares it a fact.
Don't you need a group of people to do that?
No. Reality exists independent of people. So if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears it, it still fell. And if Moshiach is a supernatural event, then that precedes the building of the third temple. So before the building of the third temple comes a great theological, religious, spiritual, supernatural event.
Can I take us on a tangent and do a little time traveling about the previous temples that were built? Because I think there's.
Why are you interested in the third temple?
Well,
You say temple.
history's good.
Why do you think?
No.
I'm not talking about.
No, I'm interested in
I'm asking
history.
about Joe.
I'm interested in history.
Hang on. I want to know about Joe. What do you think about the third temple?
Oh, it's scary. It's scary, I think. I don't know. You know what? It's not my job to think
What
about
tribe
it. But
do
it
you
is
have?
your job, Norm.
It's not my
You're
job.
connected to this temple, Norm.
It's not my job.
You're
either.
waiting. You're yearning for Mashiach
Joe,
to come back, so
don't
you
try
can
to-
be in the third temple, right? I mean, come
Joe,
on.
No, I'm yearning for Mashiach
Maybe,
to
but
come back.
maybe you are. Maybe there's a
No,
chance. For me,
incorrect.
I'm like, I don't know. I
There's no
don't.
chance.
I heard about it. I'm like, damn, they want to do
There's
this
no
third
chance.
temple.
So you asked a lot about it. What's your interest in it?
I think anyone that's going to look into this third temple thing
No,
is
what
going to
is
be like.
Joe's interest in it? Joe, why
What
do
is
you
it?
care about it? What is Joe's
I just answered.
take a
What did I
second.
just say? What did I just
wanna
say?
help you out.
Can you? Are you listening to what I'm saying?
I want to help you out. Take a breath. You brought something up. You probably have thoughts and feelings about it. What are the thoughts and feelings?
I think, like you said earlier, it is a massive part of Jewish history.
I never said that. I never ever said that, earlier or later.
All right. Wow. Well, when I asked you, name three things that come to your mind.
That's the second time you screwed that up. So I'm wondering why you keep.
Okay, let me see if I had to screw this the second time I screwed. Okay, let me see if I screw it up this time. I asked you what are three of the most important events ever in the history of all Israel or Judaism for thousands of years, and you brought up one of the things. You brought up a war.
I brought up three things. I brought up the Torah. I brought up the building of the first and second temples, and I brought up the modern state.
Exactly.
Of the
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Now, can I speak now? Yes.
Now
yes.
you're focused only on one of those.
No, I'm not. That's why I noted. What the Norm? I just said let's go back to the first and second temples. Let's talk about them.
Wait. Why did you?
Let's go back. You brought up those two temples. Let's talk about that. Which one did you?
Hang on, Joe.
Norm, you're fucking gaslighting me here. Come on.
No, sir. Of those three things, why are you only fixated on one of them?
I'm happy to be fixated on the first or the second one if that makes you feel better.
Let's talk about
Pick one. We can move off the third temple. Let's go to the first.
Excellent. Let's go to the receiving of the Torah. What do you
No. I didn't talk about the Torah.
Yeah. I talked about it. So 3 important things.
I don't want to talk about the Torah.
It's okay.
I don't want to talk about the Torah.
You should.
I want to talk about the temple. You don't like the third temple. Let's talk about
the most important.
We want to talk about the Babylonians or the Romans. Babylonians or.
Slow down.
Norm, you're very manipulative. You're very manipulative.
No, I'm not, sir. No, sir.
Norman.
Slow down, Joseph.
You're very manipulative, Norman.
The most important event in Jewish history.
Norman.
Mount Sinai. Joseph. So, what are your feelings about the giving of the Torah to the Jewish people on Mount Sinai? What do you feel about it? Most important.
It seems like a good. I guess it's not my thing, man. I'm not really connected to it, but it doesn't. I'm not opposed to it. Sounds alright.
None of this is your thing. So
no. But it is because it's like it is a little bit. I mean, it's Western civilization and whatnot.
Are you a Christian?
Norman, that's a personal question. Why are we talking about me, Norman? Why are we talking about me? Look, Norman, come on, what are you doing here? Welcome, Kyle.
I'm talking to a guy who's a little bit.
Dude. Norman and I got on a great.
Are you a Christian? Yes or no?
Norman keeps muting me, and he keeps telling me like he wants to guide me into some.
No.
He keeps muting me, and he keeps guiding me. Norman brought me back up because he wants to know my interest in the.
Hear your thoughts.
I said I don't need to talk about the third temple. We can talk about the first or the second temple. That's fine. And then now he wants to talk about the Torah and Moses on the mountain.
No,
I will say it is wild that there hasn't been that much conversation about the third temple on this app.
What is there to say?
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter right now. I would say that.
Sure it does. You said it's wild that we haven't talked
it
about
matters.
What did we say about it?
No,
it matters to you. You brought it up. I didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
No, Norm, you brought it.
How you steer.
No, I never brought up the third temple.
This is how you steer conversation and.
Well, you said that it's amazing that they're.
Very much. Well, yeah, that was the comment that I shared, and that's all that I.
Norm, I don't need to talk about the third temple. We can talk about the first or the second temple. I'm happy. I think they're very important events for Jewish. You as a Jewish person can teach me about that because you're much more educated on it.
But I think that's why he asked about the Christianity question, right? And you're free not to have to answer about your religious beliefs. But it is interesting, the topic that you brought up has to do with religious beliefs. So it's kind of hard not answering that question and carrying on with the conversation. I would say that both of you have a great depth of intellectual ability and knowledge. And if you two actually played nice in conversation, you could have a conversation that so many people would listen to. But if you keep on going back and forth like little children, then people aren't really going to want to listen.
Accurate, but also I think Norman did a great job today of confirming about the history of Israel and what's important.
Yeah, the giving of the Torah, the building of the temple, and the foundation of the modern Israel. Yes, I can't call you that. That's a dumb name.
You could say, my friend.
No, I don't like it.
You can call me Zach Ruda.
Okay, Zach. So what's up, Zach?
Nothing. I just don't know what you expect to achieve by talking to this person here.
Well, what do you know about him?
Farts.
What do you know about him?
Nothing. I just know that he hates Jews for no reason.
Oh my
Probably one of
god,
the other-
Norm,
Oh my goodness.
ridiculous. This is ridiculous.
They're ridiculous. Norman, what are you doing, Norman?
That's ridiculous.
Norman,
Ridiculous.
what are you doing, Norman?
Ridiculous. So how did you know that he hates Jews?
What was that other thing? Oh,
Answer his question. Yeah, how do you know that?
I'll tell you what it is. Apartheid, genocide, gay pride. That's your favorite thing that I ever said. Zach. Are you there?
I'm here.
I lost you. Okay, no, you went out for a sec. I move around a lot while I'm doing, and my signal sometimes wanes. So you're gonna say, what's the other thing that I said? And I was telling you that it's apartheid, genocide, gay pride is your favorite thing.
Oh, right. No, and when you say Balfour Declaration.
Balfour Declaration, gay pride, genocide, apartheid.
So Norman, this is one of your friends on here? My friend? This is one of your friends, and you take his...
Very loosely, I consider...
But how credible is he, Norman, according to you? You think his
like
claims
Norm
are accurate, that I'm anti-Semitic? That he knows me? This trash bag picture here?
I may have the picture of a trash bag, but that doesn't mean I'm...
How far back do you guys go? Like, how far back do you guys go?
I would
Hang on a
say
second.
5 years.
Zach, why is he, what evidence do you have that he's an anti-Semite?
No evidence. I mean, I'm being facetious,
You're
but
just
I think
being an
that...
asshole.
No, but I think... Let me answer the question fully. I think that at this point, the people who don't understand the conflict between Israel and Palestine have some sort of personal bias that might be subconsciously motivating their decision.
And that doesn't go the other way around.
Conscious or unconscious?
Well, let me tell you this, which you might think is interesting.
Wait, Zach, before you answer that. The other way around would be people who do understand it have no bias. That's what the other way around would be.
Which would be you, El Norma, the great one.
Well, I don't...
You are the great one.
Stop calling me.
Can I tell you guys something that neither
But
of
it's
you
a
know?
joke, by the way.
I don't even know if Norm knows.
Are you jealous, Joe, that nobody calls you the great one?
Norm, you're a fucking dude. I'm just... Oh my God.
Joe,
This is
would you
ridiculous.
feel better
It's
if
so
we called
ridiculous.
you... It would be better if we called you the insufficient one or the inadequate one. Would you like that? I can try
Let
to
Trash
remember.
Bag go. Let's hear from Trash Bag.
No, I want to hear what kind of nickname.
Trash Bag's your longtime friend. This is your longtime friend. I want to get to know your friends, Norm. I want to get to know your
How about
friends.
the inadequate one?
He's a longtime friend of yours. The Trash Bag.
Is that...
I'm already widely known as the inadequate one.
Okay, so I'd have to be second in line.
Well, we can call you the insufficient one.
Whatever. Norm.
What?
So Norm said that overall Israel's doing a great job overall. Very excellent military with low, very, very caring and sensitive of killing people. That
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
I've got a question for Joe.
Yes. Apartheid, genocide, Balfour Declaration.
Balfour Declaration. Joe.
Yeah, thank you for reminding me. I
know, that's fun. That's a fun one. Joe, what do you think the goal is of the Palestinians? What is their goal?
Kill the Jews.
I didn't ask you, Norman.
I know. Oh, me.
Norm, it's not your turn right now.
Me, I know.
Joe, the question is for Joe. The question remains for Joe. Should you choose to accept?
I reject the form of the question.
Well, what do you mean?
Zach, it's like this. Zach, isn't it fair to say that, Joe, you believe that the point of the Palestinians is to kill the Jews? Didn't you just say that, Joe?
What?
That's how you have to ask.
Joe, the correct answer is...
I'll take certain advice from you, Norm, but not that one.
Joe,
Joe.
correct.
I'm not giving it to you, I'm giving it to Zach.
I'll give you the answer, Joe. The correct answer is peace and justice and statehood. That's the correct answer.
Wait, that's the goal of the Palestinians, so-called Palestinians?
Well, from his perspective. If you...
No, he doesn't believe that. He doesn't give a shit what they believe it. He just wants to hate Jews. He doesn't care about what the Palestinians want.
Who wants to hate Jews?
Look, if you don't want to play my game, then we're not going to play.
You, Joe's a smut.
I'm honorary Jew. I am blessed by the Jews, and I'm an honorary Jew.
You're an honorary.
I am an honorary Jew.
Can I?
And I'm part of the Noahide covenant. I'm part
Wait,
of the no height
can I just
covenant.
ask you,
So respect my insufficiency.
Joe,
Respectfully.
you
Respect my
you're part of the-
insufficiency.
You're part of the
you guys are just
Norgahide
trolling at this
covenant.
point.
You misheard when they told you. It's the Norgahide covenant.
The Naga height.
Yes.
Can I
You're
ask
not
you,
the
Joe?
height.
Can I ask you what you think? What do you think the Palestinians were trying to achieve on October 7th?
I reject the form of the question.
Why? What's wrong with this question? What's to
It's a
reject?
bullshit question.
No, it's not. Well, can you rephrase?
Anyway,
the
I'm not the
question?
one on trial here. You guys are. Like you and El Normo. You started. You guys are both doing a lot of stuff.
I didn't realize
Why
you're
are
putting
the
us on
Jews
trial.
Why are the
playing
Jews
God
on
now.
trial?
Are you
Wait, why am
God?
I on trial? What did I do? What am I being tried
Well,
for?
is Nettie going to be on trial? Are they going to put Nettie on trial?
Who?
Netanyahu?
Yeah, Nettie.
What is he going to go on trial for?
I thought the genocide and all that. Aren't they trying to do that?
What do you mean? Wait, what?
Genocide. The ICC is being dismantled. The chief prosecutor has been thrown out for sex crimes. It's over.
I like the Italian girl's doing a great job. I forget.
Albanese?
Yeah, Albanese. She's doing a great job. The Paisano.
Oh, you're an Italian anti-Semite?
Joe, how long has
You're a
this
rare breed.
genocide? What's the longest genocide in the history of humanity?
Wow.
I'm
What's
not
the
an expert on
longest-
this stuff, but I guess a lot of Jewish people have to do
lowest
or
genocide?
something. I don't
Who's
know.
the world's slowest ejaculator ever? The man who.
Now, Normal, your friend is a little. I mean, I know he has trash on his protein, but he is a little trashy. You gotta admit
Norm
it.
doesn't like.
He's not only
Norm doesn't
insufficient
like my
and ineffective, but he
sense
is a trash. Where did you come up with that PTR?
He's not my
In a
friend.
literal
He's your
trash
friend.
bag. That's interesting.
Dude, look at his name. He's your friend.
Is that? I can answer that question.
No, but seriously, my friend, where did you? Yeah, tell us about your PTR trash
Yeah, I
bag.
told
Where's
you
that
he
come
was
from?
your friend. At least you admitted that much, Joe.
And I started going by your friend the trash bag for two reasons. First of all, because I think it's funny when people, especially Middle Easterners, when they say, my friend, oh, my friend, excuse me, my friend, shukran, ofwan, my friend. And I think it's funny when people on Clubhouse say, my friend, my friend, my friend. And now when people refer to me, when they don't know me, they have to say, listen, my friend, or whoever the fuck you are. And I find that hilarious. And it's my friend the trash bag because people treat me like trash. And people treat everybody like trash on this fucking app. People just shit all over each other. People
It's not
tell
true.
me-
It's not true, my friend. It's not true, my friend.
Well, that's my opinion.
It is your opinion, but it's not true. It's not
It's
reality, as
also
Norm
a
likes to say. It's not
Rorschach-
reality.
It's also a Rorschach test. Because if you don't like me, you can call me trash bag.
Does
If you
Norm
like
does
me, you
Norm
can
treat
say,
you like
"Oh, my
trash?
friend."
Does Norm treat you like trash?
Wasn't Rorschach in Welcome Back, Kotter, my friend?
No, I don't know. It's a dated reference. I'm only 38.
Why don't you invite some more people up from the audience, El Normo? Because you won't have a conversation with me. So just go and invite. You bring your trash friend in here, and then your trash friend is calling me an anti-Semite, which is ridiculous. And then you're just thinking.
I asked you a question.
Bring some more people up. Bring some more people up.
I asked you a question, and you were afraid to answer because you're a coward.
You're a scaredy
I
cat.
asked the question.
You're a
too.
scaredy cat, El Normo.
No,
you
wait
are.
a minute. I asked
No,
the
you
question
are.
too.
No,
I
you
asked
are.
No,
two
you are.
Children.
No, your whole
children,
generation
children.
is.
Oh, damn, you going back lineage style?
Excuse me. I know.
Oh,
you
damn,
are.
El Normo's going back generational now. He amped it up. See, El Normo escalates. He's an escalator.
Hello.
He's escalating.
Hello.
I only go in one direction.
Excuse me.
All right, the trash bag wants to talk.
Excuse me. Wait a minute. I asked you a very serious question.
I reject the form of the question. I reject the form of the question. Ask a better question. Ask a better question.
Can you stop shouting at me so I can tell you?
I reject the form of your questions. They're too
Can I tell
simplistic.
you
They
something?
give
Let me
they
tell you
put
something.
shitty question, shitty answer. Give me a better
Let me
one.
tell you something. Can I tell you something?
Yeah, listen.
I don't even understand what you mean when you say that you reject the form of my question.
I think it's a shitty question. Do you understand that?
Elaborate.
I think it's a shitty question. It's too simplistic.
Shitty about it?
Embedded within the question is a lot of shit in there.
What do you
Just
think
get
the
a
goal-
better question.
What do you
El
think
Normo
the
will help you
goal-
out.
What do you think the goal of the Allied powers in 1944? What was their
Win the war. Win the war. And so I would apply that to
Why is
Palisades. They
that?
want to, well, I mean, yeah, no, I got it. They're I don't know.
Oh, I got
A
you.
lot of
Yeah,
people
yeah,
allege.
Norm, I got him. He said, win the war. Norm, I got him. Did you see that? He said, win the
No,
war.
I'm going to stick up for my. This is my philo-Semitism shining brightly. My philo-Semitism. You brought it out.
Guys,
So,
guys,
according to.
I'm gonna end the room in about 3 seconds. You ready? I'm ending the room because I'm bored and I want to go into a different room.
Wait, why don't you just make
That's
me
very rude to your friend's trash bag.
Yeah, just make me the mod.
about the number of people who have been killed, but the number of people, many of them are killed because they followed our government's advice to go to the streets and protest, and people were extrajudicially, by the thousands, tens of thousands. How many tens of thousands, people argue, it doesn't really matter. They are killed for simply expressing, demanding redress from their own government. And they were encouraged by the United States, though we collectively kind of have blood on our hands. Room rules, ladies and gentlemen, room rules. We're here Monday through Friday from 5 o'clock New York time. Top of the hour, I give my opening salvo, which hopefully will encourage you to join Scott and Yossi and me on the stage, or you can come up now in anticipation of what you might want to say based on the topic, or if something is said on the stage that prompts you to want to join us, raise your hand and you will be invited onto the stage. I call people in the order in which I see them on the stage, which may not coincide with the order in which you see yourself. And so, if it appears that I've skipped over you, worry not. It just means I see you further down the queue than you see yourself. I always get to everybody who's on queue on the stage, time permitting. We no longer invite people up to the stage in mass, but one at a time, to maintain that order. So if you're waiting down there with your hand up, don't lose hope, I'll get to you as well. Generally speaking, after people speak, they're removed from the stage to the audience, not punitively, but just to maintain that order. If it happens to you and you want a second go at it, raise your hand, time permitting, you'll be permitted and invited back up onto the stage to speak a second time. Unlike many of the other rooms on Clubhouse in the Critical Thinking Forum, we do not interrupt one another, and we treat each other with a degree of decorum and respect, even when we vehemently disagree. And if I or a moderator asks you a question, it's not to start a verbal fisticuff. And new rule, if people stray off topic, they're going to get removed from the stage. We're going to try to stay as close to the topic as possible. Whether I agree with them or not is not the point. If you fall off topic, if you come up with your own agenda here that has nothing to do with the agenda of the room for the day, off the stage. Off with his head! Let's see if I have time very quickly to also... Brian, we invited you up. I don't know why you didn't make your trip. Sue L, Marcus, Liz, Philip, Color. Here's somebody whose name doesn't appear because it's a dot. Name, Jordan DD, the Ever President Anonymous, Thomas, Ezekiel, and David. Welcome to We're now at the top of the hour. Welcome to the Critical Thinking Forum. We're here Monday through Friday at 5 o'clock New York time. Today's topic is, are Trump's threats against Iran effective? And what I mean by that, do they resonate with the mullahs? There's been a pause in the action. There has been a pause in the action. The reason for the pause, it's a question of veracity. On the one hand, we know that Central Command has told the president they're running out of munitions and they cannot sustain the attack in the manner in which they have been occurring. It's time to back off. As a matter of fact, we have accomplished everything that we can militarily based on the current campaign as directed. The president, of course, maybe because it's true or maybe because he's trying to save face, says the Iranians asked us to stop so that we can concentrate on negotiations. And then yesterday, the Iranians attacked U.S. military assets in Jordan. I was a little surprised that Central Command called it an attempted surprise attack. I don't believe for a moment that to the Central Command that attack was a surprise. I'm sure that they were prepared as they were, because they did successfully repel, they say, the attacks. then it's not a surprise, it's a potentiality when it comes to Iran. And so how is it a surprise? You're prepared for it. But that's what they called it, a surprise attack. Well, that of course pissed the president off. Okay, so I'm going to use words that are not mine. These are the words of your president, ladies and gentlemen, your president. He gets on the phone to Fox today. He talks to Trey Yinks, who was a great correspondent in Tel Aviv. He's a terrific war correspondent. And this is what the president said about this so-called surprise attack to Fox News. Quote, "We're going to beat the fucking shit out of them." So, President of the United States, this is not Nixon venting in the privacy of the Oval Office and being caught on the hidden microphones. This is exactly what he said. He also said, according to Yinks, quote, "We'll be hitting them hard." I mean, that's what he said. We're going to beat the effing shit out of them. We'll be hitting them hard. They're going to get a beating. So, he comes up with all of these bombastic comments just a day before he talked about attacking the bridges and power plants of Iran, which is something that even a number of Republican senators who have been solidly in his corner find objectionable, because they are on the record even as saying nobody wants the United States targeting targets that can result in civilian casualties. They've been very, very specific about the targeting. By the way, yes, early on in all of this, a school was hit. And it should not have happened, and it was a big F-up by somebody in the military. But there is zero evidence to show that that was intended as a school being a target. It's not like the Pentagon said, "Hey, Mr. President, we can really mess with that Iranian regime." Well, right there, right outside a military base, there's a school full of girls. We can break their back by blowing up food. I don't think that conversation occurred. I think all the evidence suggests that it was a case of mistaken usage of the facility. I think they didn't follow the intel because the intel that they were using was dated, because that school had been used for other purposes. That building had been repurposed as a school. And it's a monumental screw up, and it got compounded by the cover-up. Well, we're not so sure that it was our cruise missile that did that. We're still investigating, but we believe that it was an errant Iranian rocket. Look, just admit that you screwed up and get on with life. Because sooner or later it's going to come out, and it's going to feed this whole propaganda argument about how horrific the Americans are when it comes to war crimes. For that to be a war crime, it has to be deliberate. Again, it should never have happened. But it did. And God bless those kids and their family members. Oops. All Americans should have empathy for that. But as we hear the president's commentary, which gets more and more and more strident. And this is the strongest public statement that he has ever made, to my knowledge anyway, and I've obviously followed this pretty closely. I'm sure it's designed to scare the regime into thinking, oh boy, we better be careful, we're close to crossing a line, and that's the end of it. Because he said that he can bring them to their knees in hours. That's what he said. I'm wondering, and I don't know that anybody here really has the answer to the question, of course, and as I wrote on my social media when I posed this question this morning, I asked, or I said, man, I wish I was a Farsi speaking fly on the wall. Because I'd really like to know how they're sitting around the tables having their tea, because I know they don't drink, because they're all good Muslims. Sipping on their tea and discussing this issue. Are they really shaking in their boots because the president said something like this and combined with these other pronouncements that he's made? Or do you think that they realize they got us exactly where they need us, which is at a stalemate, a quagmire? Because let's be honest, they're as much attuned to public sentiment in the United States as you and I are. His ratings, he's underwater, especially with regard to this war. It's no secret. We're an open society. Everybody can see it. And maybe it's like they're just laughing their ass off when they hear him make comments like this. I don't know. Maybe there's something up his sleeve and they're aware of it, or maybe they're unaware of it, where he actually can bring them to their knees within hours, and he's been restrained up until now, but now he's so pissed off, this is his final warning, and they better heed it. I don't know. So, what do you all think about this? I'm going to start calling people in the order in which I see them on the stage, and today in that order begins with Alan, followed by Marshall.
Hello everyone, what happened to Scott? I was behind the Scott.
Yeah, I don't know, he'll be back.
I hope you're all doing good. Big hello to Miss Lee's all the way in New Jersey. Hope she's doing well and everybody else. I really like to hear Mr. Amir thoughts on this one. To be honest with you, Gary, it's a lot of yelling and screaming from both sides. It mainly, Trump has to have a show from the American. Well, the mullahs, they have to have a show from the Iranian.
Which mullahs? They don't exist. Moshtaba Khamenei is dead, for all we know.
Excuse me? Andrew, Moshtaba Khamenei, he was one tiny finger. Come on.
Okay, he's one tiny finger of how many hands?
Andrew, in this
many
room.
of them. Many of them.
Andrew, in this room we speak one at a time. I will get to you. Go ahead,
Andrew, my friend, maybe you don't know me. Born in Tehran. Probably. Hold
on a second, Alan. Andrew, I'm going to tell you the room rules one other time because you're brand new. We speak one at a time. We don't interrupt one another, and I will get to you. So hold your thought. I want to hear what you have to say, but you have to wait your turn, please. Okay, Alan, please proceed.
Gary, it's your show. If next time you jump on me, I'm gonna kick him out of the room. And
No, he just sent me a thing. I'm
and leave the. Stop sending me shit.
Anyway, to the point of the room, the topic du jour, you say that both sides are full of bravado, but it's also, isn't it true, Alan, a question of veracity?
Yes.
So here we look at the Strait of Hormuz.
Right.
We have a president of the United States who says, we control the Strait of Hormuz, it's open. We've got the mullahs who say, ha 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 ha, if the Strait of Hormuz is open, why has not one U.S. flag ship gone through the Strait of Hormuz since February 28th? And the other day when this little exchange occurred, the previous day, there were 4 ships that went through the Strait of Hormuz. Now, it used to be 140 a day. So, I don't know, maybe the Strait of Hormuz is controlled by the United States and open, but when you weigh all of this and you measure the veracity, I think most people might question whether the president is, shall we say, misleading on his pronouncements.
Well, he is misleading in his pronouns. That doesn't he's deliberately misleading. The Strait of Hormuz, he is right in one point, is open. I'd like to hear Amir's opinion on that one too, because this is what my opinion, this is what the information I get from my sources. The Strait of Hormuz, the way Trump says, the Strait of Hormuz is open because certain ships, they go and come. Based on how much money they pay to Iran, and they go in and they come out. So he says this, which me and you, we don't see, and we don't have the equipment to see how many ship goes and comes. They tell us what they need to tell us, or what is necessary we hear. That's the whole thing is. But it's been open, they charging $2 million